A service of KIBMradio.com, the Internet's home for an all old-time radio.
Hey, Abbott.
Yes, Costello?
Are you the manager of this baseball team?
Yes.
Well, now that I'm down here for spring training, I would like to know some of the guys' names on the team, so when I meet them on the street or in the ballpark, I'll be able to say hello to them.
Well, naturally, I'll introduce you to the boys and a regular bunch of boys we have. But you know, strange as it may seem, they give these ball players nowadays very peculiar names.
Funny names.
Yes, nicknames, pet names, you know, like Dizzy Dean.
Is Brother Daffy?
Daffy Dean.
I'm their cousin.
Now, what's your first name?
Goofy.
That's what I thought. Well, let's see, we have on the bags, we have who's on first, what's on second, I don't know's on third.
That's what I want to find out.
And I say, who's on first, what's on second, I don't know's on third.
Wait a minute. Are you the manager?
Yes.
You know the guy's name?
Well, I should.
Who's on first?
That's right.
I mean the fellow's name.
Who?
The guy on first.
Who?
The fellow on first base.
Who is on first?
Well, what are you asking me for?
I'm not asking you. I'm telling you. Who is on first?
Well, go ahead and tell me.
That's the man's name.
That's whose name?
Yes.
Have you got a contract with the first baseman?
Well, certainly.
Who signed the contract?
Well, naturally. You wouldn't expect anybody else to sign it.
But who?
Yes.
Look, when you pay off the first baseman every month, who gets the money?
Every dollar of it.
He does.
Oh, absolutely.
All I'm trying to find out is what is the guy's name on first base?
Oh, now, wait a minute. Let's straighten that out. What is on second base?
Who's on second?
Who is on first?
One base at a time.
I know, but don't change the players around.
I'm not changing anybody. I only want to know what's the guy's name on first base.
But I'm telling you what is on second.
I'm not asking you who's on second.
Who is on first?
That's what I want to find out.
I know, but who is who and what is what? Don't change it.
Look, that don't mean nothing to me. All I want to know is what's the guy's name on first base.
But what is on second base?
Who's on second?
Who is on first?
I don't know.
Oh, he's on third. We're not talking about him.
How did I get on third base?
Well, you mentioned his name.
If I mention the third baseman's name, who did I say is playing third?
No, who is playing first?
Never mind first. I want to know what's the guy's name on third base.
But what's on second?
Who's on second?
Who is on first?
I don't know.
He's on third.
There I go, back on third again.
Well, I can't change the name.
Let you and I stay on third base.
Now, what do you want to know?
Now, who is playing third base?
Why do you insist on putting who on third base?
Who am I putting on third base?
Yes, but we don't want him there.
You don't want who there?
No.
So what's the guy's name belongs there?
No, what belongs on second?
Who's on second?
Who is on first?
I don't know. Third base. That's a fact. You got outfield?
Naturally.
The left fielder's name.
Why?
I don't know. I just thought I'd ask you.
Well, I just thought I'd say.
Then tell me who's playing left field.
Oh, no. Who is playing first?
What's on first?
What's on second?
I don't know.
Third base.
Look, the left fielder's name.
Why?
Because.
Oh, he's center field.
Look, you've got a pitcher on the team.
Wouldn't this be a fine team without a pitcher?
The pitcher's name.
Tomorrow.
You don't want to tell me today?
I'm telling you, man.
Go ahead.
Tomorrow.
What time?
What time what?
What time tomorrow you're going to tell me who's pitching?
Now listen. Who is not pitching? Who is...
I'll break your rhyme. You say who's on first.
Go ahead, have it.
I want to know what's the pitcher's name.
What's on second?
I don't know.
Third
base. You got a catcher?
Absolutely.
The catcher's name.
Today?
Today. And tomorrow's pitching.
Now you've got it.
That's all. We got a couple of days on the team.
Well, I can't help that.
You know, I'm a catcher, too.
I know that.
Now, I'll get behind the plate. I'll do some fancy catching, and tomorrow's pitching on my team.
Mm-hmm.
The heavy hitter gets up. Tomorrow throws the ball, and the guy up bunts the ball. Now, when he bunts the ball, me being a good catcher, I want to throw the guy out of first base, so I pick up the ball and throw it to who?
Now, that's the first thing you've said right.
I don't even know what I'm talking about.
Well, that's all you have to do.
Is to throw it to first base.
So?
Who's got it?
Naturally.
Oh, naturally's got it.
No. Who's got it?
Naturally.
That's right.
Well, that's what I said.
That's right.
Now, I pick up the ball and I throw it to naturally.
No, you throw it to who?
Naturally.
That's right.
That's what I said.
That's what I said.
That's what I heard it then.
That's right.
Now, I pick up the ball and I throw it to who?
That's right.
Whoever it is drops the ball and the guy runs to second.
Mm-hmm.
Who picks up the ball and throws it to what? What throws it to? I don't know. I don't know. Throws it back to tomorrow. A triple play.
Yes.
Another guy gets up and it's a long fly ball to be caught. Why? I don't know. He's on third, and I don't give a darn.
What was that?
I said, I don't give a darn.
Oh, that's our shortstop.
Oh, I'm a bad boy.
Yes, that's right, folks. C for comedy, A for Abbott, M for Maxwell, E for Amos, L for Lou Costello. Yes, they spell camel. Your taste will tell you about Camel's rich, full flavor. Your throat will welcome Camel's cool mildness. So draw up a chair for tonight's show starring Bud Abbott and Lou Costello.
Costello. Will you listen to me, please? Did you go hunting with your Uncle Artie Stebbins last Saturday?
What did you say?
I say, did you go hunting with your Uncle Artie Stebbins last Saturday?
Yeah, a terrible thing happened. A great big bear sneaked up behind us, grabbed Uncle Artie's gun out of his hands and stuck it in his back.
What did Uncle Artie do?
What could he do? He married the bear's daughter.
Never mind that. Did you see any big game?
I saw a giraffe, but I didn't shoot him. He had a sore throat.
Well, there's nothing worse than a giraffe with a sore throat.
Oh, yes, there is.
What?
A centipede with corns.
You dummy. I didn't think you ever went hunting in your life, and I don't believe you did. I'll bet you haven't even got a hunting license.
I have, too. Here it is.
Wait a minute. This is no hunting license. This is a picture of Hetty Lamour.
You hunt what you like, and I'll hunt what I like.
You hunter. Boy, that's ridiculous.
Oh, yeah, my brother and I, we used to hunt alligators.
Alligators?
Yeah, one time an alligator was just about to attack my brother-in-law. I fired off both barrels of my trusty rifle.
Did you kill the alligator?
See this wallet?
Genuine alligator?
No, genuine brother-in-law.
Nonsense. Come here, look at this. You see this picture? Now, I trapped all these rabbits last winter. Now, how many would you say there are?
876.
That's exactly right. Wait a minute. How did you guess it?
Oh, I just count the legs and divide by 4.
Costello, have you ever been in Africa on safari?
No, but I've been in New York on safari.
A safari in New York?
Yeah, the Staten Island safari. And also the Hoboken safari.
Oh, now, come on, that's ridiculous.
Lots of safaris around there.
Hey, listen to me, though. You should have been with me on my elephant hunt. Oh, there I was, surrounded by elephants. One big bull elephant started towards me. I said to myself, I'm trapped. Abbott, you're trapped. Should I run or stand here and shoot the bull?
You've been doing all right up to now.
All right. Well, I shot. The elephant fell and broke a tusk.
Broke a what?
A tusk.
Tusk to you two and a couple of poo-poos.
Oh, no. A tusk is valuable. We use 50,000 elephants a year just to make billiard balls.
My, how do they train those big, clumsy beasts to do such delicate work?
I can see you know nothing about elephants.
I once hunted elephants in India with an old acquaintance of mine. And an elephant sat on them. Someday I got to go back there.
Why?
To scrape up an old acquaintance. Yeah, but did you ever shoot a zebra?
Yes, I did.
Could I have the zebra skin?
Oh, what do you want with a zebra skin?
My Aunt Minnie is in Alcatraz, and she needs a new fur coat.
No, that's silly, Costello. However, I have a stuffed rhinoceros you can have. Of course, you know what a rhinoceros is, don't you?
Oh, sure. That's a hippopotamus with a radiator cap.
No.
Now, come on out there. I know you're breathing.
All right. Costello, this is the last week of the big game hunting season. Now, tomorrow I'm going hunting in the high Sierras, and I'd like you to come along with me.
Oh, gee, thanks, Abbott. Say, you've done a lot of hunting. What do they call those little flies that buzz around the animals?
Gnats.
I asked you a civil question. What do they call those little flies?
Gnats.
And that's to you, too, brother.
No, you don't. Gnats are the flies that annoy the animals. Of course, some of them have ticks.
Why don't they take the ticks and give those flies a good thrashing?
I didn't say sticks, I said ticks. For instance, there's deer sticks.
The deer ticks?
Certainly deer ticks.
Who wound them up?
Oh, nobody wound them up.
And what makes them tick? Somebody must have slipped a groon in his groove.
Now, Stella, when I say, listen to me, please, when I say deer ticks, I don't mean the deer ticks, I mean deer ticks.
Abbott, let me smell your breath.
Oh, come on, please, talk sense. The deer has ticks, and the ticks bother the deer.
They used to bother me when I went to school.
Ticks bothered you in school?
Yeah. Arithmetics, mathematics. And one time a tick got me in trouble with the teacher.
Oh, now, wait a minute. How could a tick get you in trouble with the teacher?
I ticked my tongue out at the teacher, and she trounced the tweet of my trousers with a twat.
Look, Lou, I'm talking about animal ticks. Hundreds of animals in the woods have ticks.
That must be a pretty sound when hundreds of animals get together and they all start ticking at once.
No, listen, Costello, listen to me. Deer have ticks. Elks have ticks. And one time my father shot a moose with ticks. Now, do you know what I'm talking about?
Sure, your father's moose ticks.
No. Costello, you're getting more stupid every day. I don't know what to do with you. I don't know what to say to you. I've tried to improve your mind, but I just can't seem to get anywhere.
Why don't you face it, Abbott? You're a failure. Well, here I am, Abbott, and I'm all ready to go hunting with you up in the mountains.
Oh, that's fine, Costello. How is your hunting equipment?
I got the best, Abbott. Look, Cornell Wilde's old address book.
Costello, hunting is a serious sport. Suppose you came face to face with a big Bruin. What would you do?
Ask him for a ticket to the Rose Bowl game.
Oh. You know, Marilyn Maxwell and Skinny Ennis are going to meet us at the hunting lodge, and I hope you brought something along.
I did. I brought a quart of bourbon in case somebody gets the chills. What are you bringing, Abbott?
The chills. Costello, did you bring a gun?
Oh, yes, here it is. This is my sawed-off shotgun.
Wait a minute. Where is the handle?
How do you like that? I sawed off the wrong end.
Come on, Costello. Marilyn and Skinny are waiting for us at the hunting lodge in the mountains. Let's go.
Hiya, fat, flabby, and flat-headed.
No, wait a minute. Don't insult Costello, Skinny. Don't be a pill.
Skinny ain't no pill. He's too long and narrow.
Well, thank you, Costello.
You're a capsule. You're a funny-looking hunter, Skinny. Do you know anything about guns?
I know guns inside and out. Why, man, when I was a kid with the circus, they used to shoot me out of an air rifle. What do you know about hunting, Costello?
Have you seen that big bear rug in my living room?
Sure.
Well, I shot that bear myself. What a battle. It was either me or the bear.
Well, I'm glad it was the bear. You'd make an awful lumpy rug.
Hey, look, Costello, here comes Marilyn Maxwell.
Hi, boys. And hello, Louis, honey, my chubby little chuckling chipmunk.
Oh, Marilyn, my sugar-coated sharpshooter. Plug me with a buckshot of your kisses.
Louis, honey, how do you like my hunting outfit? That's Fifth Avenue.
Get a load of mine. Army surplus.
Oh, Louis, it's going to be fun hunting with you. What's your favorite wild game?
Post office.
Louis, post office isn't a wild game.
It is the way I play it.
Ah, Louis, my little snowman, come melt in my arms.
Gee, Marilyn, when I'm close to you like this, I just can't seem to break away.
Well, why not?
My nose is caught in the trigger of your shotgun.
Well, Louis, if you'll excuse me, I'll go up to the hunting lodge and freshen up. As they say in Spanish, mañana o ya noches to you.
And your mama's own nice shirt to you, too.
Hey, Costello, look up on that mountaintop. Now, there is a mother stork and two little storks.
Yeah, Abbott. Can I ask you a question?
Well, certainly.
When the mama stork talks things over with the little storks, who does she say brings the babies?
Help!
Beg pardon, stranger. Is there a skinny hombre in your party?
Yes, there is. Why?
Well, you better go over there and get him. A gopher just dragged him down into its hole.
Who are you, stranger?
I'm the game warden.
Yeah? What's your game, Warden?
Partner, I'll tell you, it's parcheesi. But being up here in the wild country so much, I trained 3 little skunks to play bridge with me.
Is it a steep game?
No, we only play for 1/10 of a cent.
Warden, we're after some big game. Have you seen any hereabouts?
Hereabouts? Abbott, I thought we came up here to shoot deer. I wouldn't shoot a poor little hereabouts for anything in the world. Anybody that will shoot a little hereabouts and make a widow out of a sheabouts ought to be ashamed of themselves.
Oh, shut up, you idiot. How about it, Warden? Is there any big game around here?
Well, there's a ferocious mountain lion that has been terrorizing the countryside. He's been killing the farmers' chickens, and he's even been stealing eggs.
At the price eggs are now, I don't blame him.
That's a reward of $1,000 to the man that gets that mountain lion. One of you boys ought to trap him.
Which one of us would you suggest?
Why don't you try it, Tubby? You got the biggest trap.
Hey, who are those guys?
That's the Nebraska football team. Now, remember, if you shoot that lion, I'll give you $1,000 for a skin. I need it to make stockings.
What kind of stockings can you make out of lion skin?
Nylon stockings. So long, Lordhead.
Hey, you hear that, fellas? The lion's just north of us.
Which way south?
Come here, you coward. If you're afraid, you're not afraid to take a chance. You understand?
Yeah.
I'll take this cane. You see it?
Yeah.
A lion won't bite you if you're carrying a cane.
Yeah, but how fast do I have to be carrying the cane? I ain't monkeying around with no lines, Abbott. The last time I saw a lion was in the Adirondack Mountains.
What happened?
I snapped at the lion, then the lion snapped at me, and then something whizzed past.
What was it?
Kansas City.
Quiet. I hear something. Listen.
I love you. Ouch.
I love you. Ouch!
I love you. Ouch.
I love you. Ouch!
Costello, what was that?
2 porcupines necking.
All right, Costello. All right, now take it easy, kid. I'm right in back of you. Don't worry about me. Here's the mouth of the cave. Now, go in there. That's a pal for you. I let you go in and get the lion, don't I?
You want me to go in and get the lion?
Certainly, I'm your friend.
Why don't you go in and get the lion?
Oh, what do you mean? You want me to go in? I have a family.
Oh, what I got?
Never mind what you've got. You go ahead and get that lion.
Okay.
Hey, what's the matter? You scared? Look at you. Your knees are knocking.
I always knock before I enter a cave.
Take it easy. Buck up, Costello. And remember, make the lion believe you're not afraid of him.
I couldn't be that deceitful.
You've got to think of those poor people who've lost their cattle and their chickens and their eggs on account of that lion. How can you face them, Costello? Think of it. How can you face them when they may be starving?
How can I face that lion? He may be starving, too.
Oh, there you are, Louis, honey. Oh, I'm so proud of you. I know you're going in that cave and kill that lion just for me.
I am?
Yes. And Louis, honey, I'd do anything for you. Why, I'd climb the highest mountain. I'd swim the deepest river.
How do you like that? Here I am facing death, and this dame is going to go out climbing and swimming. Okay, I'll go in. But if that lion runs out, don't nobody shoot at him.
Why not?
I may be inside of him. Gee, it's certainly dark in this lion's cave.
Why don't you light a match?
Who said that?
It's me, the lion.
What do you know? A talking lion. I gotta tell Abbott, Skinny, and Merlin about this.
Oh, no, you must never tell anyone. I'm a hermit, and I just hate people. I wear this lion skin to scare them away. I live in this cave all alone.
How did you find this cave with all the housing shortage?
I subleased it from a bear that went on the road with the skating act.
You must get lonesome here all alone. Why don't you get a roommate?
I had a roommate and elk. And then the meat shortage came along.
You mean that...
See this tooth hanging on this watch chain?
Yeah?
Well, it ain't mine.
Look, Mr. Hermit, my girl is outside. I promised her I'd bring out the lion. Give me that lion skin and I'll take it out there and everybody will think you're dead and nobody will bother you anymore.
Here, take the skin. Oh, goody. Now I can be a real hermit. And then I won't be bothered by Lucille Ball, Betty Grable, or Marilyn Maxwell.
Gee, do they call you?
No, that's what bothers me.
Hey, look. Here comes Costello out of the cave.
Oh, my hero. Look, he has the lion skin.
Who is the greatest hunter of them all? Bring 'em back alive, Costello.
When there is danger, who's the one they call? Bring 'em back alive, Costello.
Once I found a baby leopard milk, I filled his tummy, and then in some Egyptian tomb, I helped him find his mummy.
He taught Tarzan everything he knows. When in danger, he's not yellow.
Who looks dapper in his hunting clothes? No one but my handsome fellow.
One day I caught a tiger, I wasn't even trying, and in the movie house I caught a Metro Goldwyn lion.
Brave Jeff and Dee, a threat to Clyde Beatty, the greatest hunter of them all.
Costello.
Yeah?
You've hunted a lot of big game. Tell me, did you ever hunt bear?
I can, Abbott. The bushes tickle me. Once I saw a mink, though. I saw a mink crying in the woods. I picked him up and I said to him, though you'll be a coatful on a Turner, left, mink, left. Though you'll be a lovely hat for Myrna, left, mink, left. At Ciro's, you'll have the best table. Think of those cold nights with Betty Shapiro. When you're on display at Bullock's Wilshire, giggle, meet, giggle. All your cares will vanish if your tail will wiggle me. Wiggle me. And don't be depressed. Keep your skin up. When you see Frank Buck, just
Honey, my brave adventurer, someday you must take me hunting with you.
I will, Marilyn, my love. And you can ride on my Papa Jackass.
A Papa Jackass? Well, how do you know he's married?
All jackasses are married.
Oh, my hero. Let's celebrate tonight. We'll go to the smartest restaurant for dinner, see the best show in town, and then visit all the swanky nightclubs. Then I'll kiss you goodnight and after you've gone and left me crying, after you've gone, there's no denying how lonesome I'll be. There's no one I'll see until she finds another sucker like me.
Who knows these songs go better than a book? Bring 'em back alive, Costello.
Cool charm a snake with one hypnotic look. Bring him back alive, Costello.
I caught a baby penguin. He looks so awful cute. I haven't got the penguin, but I'm wearing his dress suit.
Who makes the wildest antlerless so thick? No one else but you, Costello.
He makes the others hang their heads in shame. He's so groovy, he's so mellow.
I captured famous animals from every living herd. I even caught a Detroit tiger sliding in the third.
The greatest hunter of them all. The greatest hunter of them all.
Oh, boy. What a tough battle. But I won. Hey, Abbott, there is the lion's skin.
Wait a minute, Costello. There's something phony about this. Turn that skin over. I thought so. There's a label on that lion's skin, Costello. Come on, read it.
Eastern Columbia, Broadway at night.
By the way, Costello, the December 10th issue of Look magazine has printed the pictures of your big barbecue party for the kids.
Yes. Did you see it, Abbott?
I did. I saw your picture, your wife's picture, your kids' pictures, and my picture. But I didn't see my wife Betty's picture. And I know they took Betty's picture. Now, where's my wife's picture? Why wasn't it in there?
Well, the fellow that took your wife's picture couldn't develop it.
Why not?
He was afraid to go into the dark room with it alone.
Oh, good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, the secret word tonight is chair, C-H-A-I-R.
Really?
You bet your life. The more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers of America present Groucho Marx in You Bet Your Life, the comedy quiz series produced and transcribed from Hollywood. And here he is, the one, the only...
What a bore. Oh, that's me. Well, here I am again with $1,000 tonight for one of our couples.
We have a couple of young single people for you tonight.
This is Fire Dome Fenneman, in case you forget.
These young single people were chosen from our studio audience just before we went on the air. Miss Louise Callahan and Mr. Harold Goodman, come in and meet Groucho Marx.
Well, welcome, kids, for the DeSoto Plymouth dealers. Say the secret word and divide $100. It's a common word, something you use every day. Louise Callahan and Harold Goodman. Louise, say this. There's quite a lot of you, isn't there? How much of you is there, Louise?
165 pounds. 6 feet tall.
6 feet tall, and you weigh 165, huh? Where are you from?
I'm from Shamokin, Pennsylvania.
Oh, well, I'm smoking now, Where are you from, Harold?
Indiana Harbor, Indiana.
How old are you, Harold?
27.
27, huh? Well, you're a fine-looking lad.
Thank you.
What sort of work do you do, my lad?
I'm a physician.
Oh, a doctor, eh?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Is there any difference between a doctor and a physician? Except the fee, I mean.
Well, many professions apply the name doctor to their title, but a physician is...
That's a euphemism, isn't it?
A euphemism is
yes,
fine.
Yes, well, euphemism and me for using it. You know, I'm curious. What made you decide to become a doctor in the first place?
Well, that's a question that I've been asked many times, and it's a very difficult one to answer.
Was this after you operated they asked you that? Well, how do you answer that query?
The answer of necessity has to be very nebulous and vague, and I just can't give you a specific...
Well, we don't object to a nebulous answer.
You don't?
Oh, no.
Well, it offers a great...
You'd be surprised how nebulous we can get on this show.
I've seen you before, and I'm sure that... the field of...
How would you like it if I practiced medicine, huh? I'm allegedly the comic on this show.
Medicine offers a great deal of variety and interest.
Well, show business offers a lot of variety, too.
I would like very
much to be in every week,
huh? I would like to be in
the way you're going now, it won't be a matter of a few minutes. You may be sitting here, and I may be rolling bandages. Wanting something better. Go on. Now, what were you saying?
I think I'd finished.
Oh, you finished? Well, how'd you make out?
There you are.
Well, that was quite interesting, and I've learned a lot from that, Doc. Now, you say that this is a kind of a nebulous answer you could only give, a vague answer. I hate to bring up an unpleasant subject like this, but weren't you at all interested in the financial returns of being a doctor?
It's a long time before that comes around. You spend 4 years in college. That takes a great deal of money. 4 years in medical school also costs a good deal. This is followed by a year of internship at the rate of about 10 cents an hour. If you want to specialize, a residency for 3 or 4 years at 15 cents an hour. Then out in practice, it'll take a little while to get established.
15 cents an hour?
It's quite good these days.
Well, it costs you 60 cents to shoot pool for an hour. Why couldn't you skip all those preliminaries and just hang up a shingle when you get out of high school?
Well, that would be unethical, and besides, you'd get caught.
Well, suppose they nailed you a few times. You'd save 12 years anyway. Now, Louise, what sort of work have you been doing?
I used to be the human fish at the Mommy Biltmore in Florida.
You were a human fish?
Yes.
Did you have a worm in your mouth? Or?
No, I'll tell you about it, Groucho.
Well, I wish you would.
What they did was put a harness on me, and there was a man with a pole and a line, and I would go out in the water and swim real hard and try to fight it, and people on the sides would make bets and to see if I would stay out in the water or whether he pulled me in or not.
Well, after they caught you, did they hang you over the mantle? Imagine coming home and explaining this to your wife. Say, I just caught this fish. Well, you make a splendid couple, and now the rest is up to you. I've done all I can. Now, in just 1 minute, you're going to play You Bet Your Life for a chance at the $1,000 question. But first, I want everybody to listen to this.
Friends, what do you want in a car?
An engine might be nice.
If you're looking for the highest standards of safety and performance, you should own a DeSoto.
How about if you're looking for little things, like wheels?
Well, Groucho, no matter what you're looking for, you'll do better with a DeSoto. You mentioned engines. DeSoto, you know, has the sensational 160-horsepower Fire Dome V8 engine. The engine specifically designed to give you top performance under all conditions. The DeSoto Fire Dome gives you surging power plus real economy because the Fire Dome was built to run at peak efficiency on ordinary fuels, not expensive premium fuels. The mighty DeSoto Fire Dome V8 engine means you'll always have power when you want it, power when you need it. And as for wheels, DeSoto offers you wonderful safety rim wheels, an extra safety factor. DeSoto's safety rim wheels have special protective ridges designed to hold the tire securely on the rim in case of a blowout. This helps you control the car and bring it to a safe stop. So you see, friends, for outstanding performance and wonderful safety, your next car should be a DeSoto. Tomorrow, drop in at your DeSoto Plymouth dealers. Take the 5-mile trial in the mighty DeSoto Fire Dome 8 or the famous DeSoto Powermaster 6. Prove to yourself that your next car should be a DeSoto. And don't forget, all dealers who sell DeSoto also sell Plymouth, the low-priced car most like high-priced cars.
All right, now let's see how you work together as a team. Fireman, Fire Dome Fenneman.
Yes, sir.
Would you mind explaining the rules to these young culprits, young couple?
Well, you bet as much of your $20 as you want on each of 4 questions, and the couple that earns the most money gets a chance at the $1,000 DeSoto Plymouth question later on in the show.
Here we go. Let's see how high I can build you $20. From our list of 20 categories, you selected songs written by famous personalities as your category. Here's your first question. How much of the 20 would you try? 1950. Billy Rose and several others combined their talents to write this song. Give me the title of it. Okay, Jerry.
Me and My Shadow.
Me and My Shadow is right.
Well, for a good start, you have $39.50.
The song has been made famous by the old master Ted Lewis. $39 you're going to bet? Remember, you're going for $1,000 tonight. Now, you're going to bet $39. Rudy Valley had a hand in writing this song. Give me the title.
Good night, sweetheart.
Good night, sweetheart is right.
You now have $78.50.
How much you going to bet?
78.
Here's the third question. $78. Bing Crosby was one of the writers of this song. What's the name of it? Play it, Jerry. Ghost of a Chance with You is right.
You now find the $156.50.
How much of this are you going to bet this time? $156.50.
All of it.
You going to shoot the works? Here we go. It's your last chance to beat the other couples. In 1924, Al Jolson helped write this song. Let's see if you can identify it. California, here I come.
And you'll wind up with $313.
There, Louise, you're a fine couple. Thanks and good luck from the DeSoto Plymouth dealers.
Groucho, we invited some Red Cross workers to the program tonight, and just before we went on the air, our studio audience selected Miss Marjorie Stevens. Her partner is a husband who volunteered, Mr. George Heckenkamp. Folks, come in and meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome to You Bet Your Wife. Say the sacred word and divide $100. It's a common word, something you use every day. Marjorie Stevens, eh?
Yes.
And Mr. George Heckenkamp.
Right.
Say, that's a cute uniform, Margie, and you're a cute girl. Are you a CB?
No. This is a Red Cross uniform.
Oh, well, you don't look very cross. Do you do anything else aside from Red Cross work?
Yes, I help an orthodontist.
Oh. Well, he goes to his church, and everybody goes to theirs. George Heckenkamp, huh?
Yes.
Where are you from?
I'm originally from Quincy, Illinois.
Oh, I had the Quincy for a while. I played in Quincy. That was long before you were born, though, I think. Are you married, George?
Yes, I am, sir.
Mm-hmm. How'd you meet your wife?
Well, she was dancing with a fellow I didn't like one time, and I cut in on him and been dancing with her ever since.
You dance 24 hours a day? Was your wife pleased at this turn of events?
Well, I'm married to her. She
Answer my question, George. None of this nebula stuff. We've had enough nebulae tonight. What did you do in Quincy?
Well, I didn't do too much in Quincy. I moved to Pittsfield, Illinois.
What did you do in Pittsfield? Moved to Peoria?
No, I had a flower shop there, florist shop.
Oh, I see. And everything went to pot? How'd you make out there?
Well, I lost money.
Oh. That was pretty prophetic, wasn't it? What did you do when you came to California?
Well, I opened 2 flower shops out here.
Well, that was pretty smart, George. You got wiped out in 1 flower shop, and you thought you'd do it with 2 shops. You figured you could go under much faster that way, is that it? You're a pretty shrewd cookie, George. How'd you make out the second time?
I lost twice as much.
George, I hate to say this, but in the flower business, I'd say you're a blooming idiot. Now, if you're crazy about losing money, I happen to know a little oil deal up in Wyoming. Now, this is a very attractive deal. You could get wiped out overnight. What did you do to make money, George?
Well, I worked for an airline at night, and I worked for a bank during the day.
Well, that wasn't very bright, George. If you really wanted to make money, you should have worked at the airline during the day and the bank at night. Are you sure you got the right girl, George?
I think so.
What are you doing now, George?
Well, I'm a motorcycle officer for the State Highway Patrol.
George, I think you're one of the finest men I've ever met. And if there's anything I can do for you, don't hesitate to call on me. What do you do for the Red Cross, Marjorie?
I'm a driver. We take hostesses to the hospital.
Take the hostess with the mostess on the board.
To entertain the boys who are in the hospitals and can't get out. And they play games and cards, and then we take doctors to the blood mobiles and nurses' aides. And men go to different sports around town, like your football games and boxing and all that sort of thing. And we just
I'm
drive
no sport. Would you come to me some night? Well, seriously, you guys are doing a wonderful job. Now, how much do you get paid for all this work? There's a lot of work, isn't there?
Nothing.
This is all volunteer?
Yes.
Well, you're doing an even greater job than I thought, Marjorie. It's just...
Thank you.
And if George wasn't married, I'd see what I could work up here between you two. George, let's get back to your job. For example, how did you happen to become a motorcycle cop? You were leading a fairly comparatively honest life up to now.
I'd been interested in police work a long time, and I took a civil service exam, and I passed it, and while I was...
How fast were you going?
Well, while I was waiting for my exam to be called, my appointment, I received 4 traffic tickets in 2 weeks, and so I decided if I couldn't beat them, I better join them.
George, there's one thing that bothers a lot of motorists. Why is it you motorcycle cops always hide behind a billboard?
Well, we don't hide behind billboards unless they build them while we're sitting there. It's against regulations. We've got to stay out in the open all the time.
You say you're always out in the open?
Yes, sir.
Well, this may surprise you, but I think it's a good thing you are, George. We need you fellas. It takes a lot of courage to control all the screwballs who hit it up on the highways. And I think you're doing a great job. And it's a very dangerous job. And I want to congratulate you. And anything I said and fun. That goes to you, too. You're a couple of fine citizens. Now, in just a minute, I'm going to give you both a chance to make some money. But first, I just want to remind both of you to take a ride in the new DeSoto Fire Dome 8. You'll be as crazy about it as I am. Now, you're going to play You Bet Your Life. You beat our other couples, and you'll get a chance at the $1,000 question. Can't tell you how much you have to win, but Fire Dome George is going to remind our listeners.
The doctor and his partner won $313, and the secret word is chair.
Here we go. Let's see how high I can build you $20. You selected state landmarks, right?
Yes, sir.
Here's your first question. How much are you going to go for? Talk right up, kids.
We'll shoot the works. $20.
Shoot the works. All right. In what state do you find the famous Pikes Peak?
Colorado.
Colorado is right.
You now have $40.
Let me go in for $1,000 tonight. How much of the $40 you're going to bet this time?
Let's go $40.
As well.
$40.
$40. In what state do you find Bryce Canyon?
Utah.
Utah is right.
You've now climbed to $80.
Here's your third question. How much of the 80?
Let's shoot the works. All the way.
In what state do you find the famed Everglades?
In Florida.
Florida is right.
You now have $160.
Here's your last chance to beat the other couples. How much are you going to go for?
Let's shoot the works. All the way.
Shoot the works. In what state do you find the Grand Coulee Dam?
Washington. I'd say Washington.
Washington is right.
You wind up with $320.
Thanks and good luck from the DeSoto Plymouth dealers.
We have
a real cute couple, wasn't it?
We have a young couple for you now, Groucho, who recently became parents. They volunteered from our studio audience. Mr. Gordon Walker and Mrs. Annie McWhinney Walker. Meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome, youngsters, for the DeSoto Plymouth dealer. Say the secret word and you'll win $100. It's a common word, something you use every day. Ann and Gordon Walker. Let's see, Mr. and Mrs. Walker, huh?
That's right.
And your new parents?
Uh-huh.
Well, it's a good thing you're both Walkers. It'll come in handy around 2 in the morning, huh? How old are you, Gordon?
32.
32? I
That's
thought you
right.
were about 22.
Thank you.
Oh. And Mrs. Annie McWhinney Walker, huh?
Ann.
Ann. McWhinney, eh? Was your mother frightened by a horse? What kind of a name is McWhinney?
Scotch.
Annie? Eh?
Scotch.
Oh, Scotch, yeah. Well, what kind of Scotch are you? Domestic or imported?
Imported.
Were you born in Scotland?
No, I was born in the Isle of Man.
Oh. The Isle of Man?
Mm-hmm.
What were you doing there, you hussy?
That's just the name of the place. There are actually lots of women there.
Oh. Well, is that near Boys Town, the Isle of Man?
No, it's a tiny island between Ireland and England.
Oh. Now, Fenneman says your new parents, how old is your child, Gordon?
We have 3 of them.
You have triplets? Well, congratulations. And how old are the little kids?
Douglas is 5, Linda is 4, and Keith is 12 weeks.
Really? That much time between them? Those triplets must have made medical history. How did you meet Gordon?
Oh, that's kind of a complicated story.
I don't doubt it. And with 3 youngsters around, it's getting more complicated all the time. Couldn't you break it down into small installments? Go ahead. How'd you meet him?
Well, it started through Gordon's boss, who was interested in stamp collecting. And,
Gordon's boss was interested in stamp collecting?
Uh-huh.
And now you have 3 kids? I don't know.
Well, I had a brother who was a prisoner of war. And
where was this?
he was in Libya. Gordon's boss was interested in getting a stamp from a prisoner of war. So he wrote to my brother, and he couldn't reply directly
to America because it was neutral. So he wrote to Mr. Lund, that was Gordon's boss, and addressed the letter to me in Scotland.
Let's get this straight now. Where was Gordon's boss?
In Martinez, California.
He was in California. You were in Quincy. Your brother was in Libya. And you were in Scotland. And they're all collecting stamps, and now they got 3 kids. Shows you what a wonderful world we're living in. Somebody told you that 30 years ago, you'd have said they were mad. How did Gordon get involved in all this?
Well, he read one of my letters. Mr. Lund's wife.
Sneak thief, eh?
Mr. Lund's wife and myself corresponded, and Gordon saw one of my letters and was interested, and he wrote to me.
When did you two finally meet each other?
We met after we decided to get married.
Wasn't that rather hazardous?
Well, it wasn't any riskier than marrying a girl that I'd known.
Well, that's logical, I guess. That sounds like the right words from the father of 3 children. Now, how long did this orgy of letter writing continue?
4 years.
And I'm surprised you didn't marry the postman. You said you saw more of him than you did of Gordon. Did your family, what did they have to say about this unusual courtship?
Oh, my mother was very excited about it. My dad went around to all his friends saying, "Look what Gordon got in the mail."
Some people have all the luck. All I ever get in the mail are blotters from the telephone company. What sort of work do you do, Gordon?
Well, I'm an analytical chemist for the Shell Oil Company.
Oh. Well, has he shelled out pretty regularly? Do you know much about his chemistry work, Ann?
No, it's all double Dutch to me.
It's what?
Yeah, it's all double Dutch to me.
Double Dutch, huh?
I don't understand it, but when I can't get to sleep at night, he tells me about it, and I go right to sleep.
He probably originally married her because he wanted someone to understand him. Someone to be close by his side through thick and thin. She's only there through thick, I think. And there's something that's been bothering me. If you were born in the Isle of Man, how is it you have a Scotch burr?
We moved to Glasgow when I was 3.
Oh, you went to Glasgow. Mm-hmm. Did you belong to Glasgow?
No.
I know a song about Glasgow, you know. Will Fife used to sing it. Did you ever hear that song?
I belong to Glasgow?
Yeah. Could you sing it? Huh? Would you sing it with me?
All right.
Can you sing?
A little.
Hasn't stopped me. Yeah. Okay, here we go. I belong to Glasgow, good old Glasgow town. But there's something the matter with Glasgow, for it's going round and round. And I'm only a common old working chap, as anyone can see. But when I get a couple of drinks on a Saturday, Glasgow belongs to me. What about me? We both lost our heads in that song. You know, we may have more in common than Gordon and she has. Well, you're a nice young couple, and obviously the post office did an excellent job as Cupid. And I wish the both of you a long and a happy life together. Now it's time to play You Bet Your Life. You got to run your $20 no more than the other couples, and you'll get a chance at the $1,000 question. I can't tell you how much to win. You have to win, but George is going to remind our listeners.
The Red Cross worker and the police officer lead with $320.
Okay, here we go. FCO High can bill you $20. You selected the animal kingdom. Here's your first question. How much will you bet?
$19.99.5.
What do you call a male deer?
Buck.
Buck is right.
You have $39.99.5.
Now, how much of the $39.99.5 are you going to go for?
We'll save a half a cent and bet $39.99.
Thank you.
Okay. What do you call a baby horse?
A colt.
Colt is right. You have $79.98.5.
Yes. See that?
Now, how much are you going to go for? This is the third question.
We'll save a half a cent again. $79.98, that makes it, doesn't it?
Okay. What do you call a female sheep?
You.
Don't call it to me. Call it to you. That's right, to you. You knew that from the Bonnie Bucks of Scandal and all that.
At $159.96.5.
Here's your last chance to be the other couple. How much will you bet?
We'll still save a half a cent.
All right. What do you call a baby bear?
A cub.
A cub is right. What do you call a baby when he isn't bear? Cute.
And you wind up with $319.92.5. And that means that the Red Cross girl and the police officer, with $320 in just 1 minute, get the chance at the DeSoto Plymouth $1,000 question.
Well, thanks and good luck from the DeSoto Plymouth deal.
Thank
Gentlemen, let me tell you something about used cars. Do you know you've got to be mighty careful where you buy one?
That's right, Groucho.
My advice is go to the DeSoto Plymouth dealer. He has a wide selection of popular makes and models.
And when you buy from him, you know you're getting a really reliable car that'll give you plenty of good service.
That's true, George, and that's because the DeSoto Plymouth dealer has a reputation to uphold. A reputation for fair and square dealing.
So for a good used car at a fair price, easy terms, go to your DeSoto Plymouth dealers.
And when you do, tell them Groucho sent you.
Remember, wherever you see those two great names linked together, DeSoto and Plymouth, you can always be sure of a fair and square deal. Here's the Red Cross girl and the police officer, Groucho, the winning couple, all set for the DeSoto Plymouth $1,000 question.
Well, how do you feel, Smart?
I don't know, scared.
Now, if you win this money, stop hiding behind billboards, will you? All right, for $1,000, I'll give you 15 seconds to decide on a single answer between you. Think carefully, and please no help from the audience. Here it is. America's most famous ship, Old Ironsides, actually had copper sides, which were installed and designed by a great patriot. For $1,000, who was this famous craftsman? All right, kids, what's the answer you two have decided upon?
I think it was Paul Revere.
Paul Revere is right. That's right. You win $1,000. Bob, how much in the quiz, George?
$320 in the quiz.
$1,320. Well, congratulations from the more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers from coast to coast. You bet your life.
Thank you.
Be sure to tune in again next Wednesday night at the same time for the Groucho Marx Show, when the big question will be worth $1,000. And don't miss Groucho's television show, also presented by the DeSoto Plymouth Dealers of America. And remember, all dealers who sell DeSoto also sell Plymouth. Two great cars, both products of the Chrysler Corporation.
And when you drive in, tell them Groucho sent you. Good night, folks, and remember, see DeSoto Fire Dome 8 tomorrow.
Folks, here's a reminder from the National Safety Council. The 3 R's of safe driving are ready, reasonable, and right. You Bet Your Life, transcribed from Hollywood, is produced by John Goodell. Directed by Robert Dwan and Bernie Smith. Music by Jerry Fielding. This is George Fenneman signing off for the more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers from coast to coast.
Well, hello. Come right in. This is Bill Goodwin speaking for Lever Brothers, makers of Swan, the new white floating soap that's pure as fine Castiles. Well, it's Tuesday night again, time for another pleasant visit with George Burns and Gracie Allen, our guest, Dorothy Lamour, with Jimmy Cash and Felix Mills and his orchestra. And now, meet the people who live in the Burns house, George and Gracie. Well, tonight it is my sad duty to make an announcement that will plunge the music world into deepest gloom. Sugar Throat Burns will sing no more. It seems his feelings were hurt last week, and he's still sulking, despite all the efforts of Mrs. Sugarthroat.
Oh, cheer up, George. Just because Mr. DeMille didn't want you to sing in his pictures doesn't mean that you aren't great.
He laughed at my voice.
Oh, good. What does Cecil B. DeMille know about making pictures anyway?
I'd rather not talk about it.
Oh, but, darling, I can't stand to see you like this. Those big, soft, wet brown eyes are glazed with pain. Like a disappointed cow.
It won't do any good talking to me, Gracie. I'll never sing again.
Oh, George, don't say that. I know you've been hurt, cruelly hurt, but that happens in Hollywood. Into each life a little rain must fall. That happens in Hollywood, too.
I told all my friends I'm going to be in DeMille's picture, and then he laughed at my voice.
Well, don't you worry, dear. All the movie studios will be after you. With Gene Autry and the Army, I'll bet Republic will want you to be their new singing cowboy.
Oh, sure.
Oh, you'd look magnificent on a horse, singing a cowboy song. I can just see the fade out of the picture. As the horse trots off into the sunset, the last thing we see is your face as you sing.
Well, I'm not going to sing anymore.
Oh, but you're so convincing with those Western songs. Remember at Ronnie Reagan's party when you sang Give Me My Boots and Saddle? Ronnie said it was all he could do to keep from giving you a boot.
Very flattered.
Why, this whole town will be after you. As a matter of fact, there was a scout here just this morning asking for you.
Really?
Yeah. He wants you to help his troop collect papers.
I'm going down to the cigar store.
George, please, before you go, unlock those little silver tonsils and give me just one glorious burst of melody. Don't hum, sing.
That was the door buzzer.
It's probably Mrs. Bundy, the cleaning woman. Come in. Hello, Mrs. Bundy.
Hello, Mrs. Burns. Hello, Mr. Burns.
Goodbye.
My goodness, if the rest of your house looks as bad as your husband, I'm going to have a job straightening it up today.
Oh, Mrs. Bundy, George has sworn never to sing again.
My, how'd you get him to promise that?
Oh, I didn't want him to do it. He did it because he's all hurt and disillusioned. And I've just got to think of some way to snap him out of it.
Well, whenever I feel myself slipping, I pull myself together with numerology.
Oh, sounds like a girdle.
Oh, no. Lots of movie stars use numerology. Why, Dorothy Lamour uses it all the time.
Oh, then it can't be a girdle.
I should say not. Numerology controls our destinies. Your name tells you what number you vibrate to. You see, we all vibrate to certain numbers.
Yeah, that's true. I'm getting so I shake all over when I hear Mercy Dotes.
Not musical numbers, Mrs. Burns. Real numbers. The letters in your name tell you what number you are. Now, take my name, Fanny Bundy. I'm a 9. Bundy's a 3, and Fanny's a 6.
Oh, really? You know, I would have guessed you were at least an 18.
Numerology is fascinating. Like I said, Dorothy Lamour won't make a move without it. Right now, she's searching frantically for a leading man who's a number 7.
Oh, are number 7 scarce?
Well, number 7s who sing are. It's a musical picture.
Oh, is that so? Mm-hmm. Mrs. Bundy, is my husband by any chance a number 7?
Well, let's see. George is 3 and Burns is 2. No, he's number 5.
Oh. Well, isn't there some way I could stretch him into a 7?
Well, the letter K is 2. That would make him a 7.
Really? Well, Mrs. Bundy, it looks like Dorothy Lamour has found her number 7, and George K. Burns will sing again. Come in. Oh, hello, Bill.
Well, hiya, girls. What's a good word?
Numerology.
Numerology?
Yes, George is a number 7.
He is?
Uh-huh. And that makes Dorothy Lamour vibrate to him.
Well, lucky George. I'm not sure I understand, Gracie.
Well, Dorothy Lamour is practically on her knees begging for a 7.
Oh, well, that I understand. Been in that same spot many times myself.
Oh. Do you vibrate to 7?
Well, 7 or 11. Of course, I also vibrate to 4.
You do?
Oh, sure. Every time I think of Swan being 4 soaps in one, I vibrate with joy.
Oh, Bill, you and your 4 soaps in one.
There I go, see? Just can't help myself, Grace. You see, Swan's the white floating soap that's wonderful for your hands and face, bathing the baby, for dishes, and for light laundry. It's 4 swell soaps in one, a great wartime buy.
Well, anyway, Bill, thanks to numerology, George is going to make a picture with Dorothy Lamour.
Well, got himself a candid camera, huh?
Oh, no. No, I mean he's going to act with her.
Oh.
Sing with her. Make love to her. Oh, my goodness. Oh, make love to her. Bill, I may get vibrated right out of a husband.
Oh, Gracie, George won't fall for Dottie.
Well, maybe not, but can Dottie resist George? She's only human, you know.
Gracie, she'd only go for a pan like George's if it held dishes and Swan suds.
What?
Well, you know that women are crazy about Swan for dishes. Those hard-working Swan suds make short work of dishwashing. And at the same time, Swan is so mild and gentle, it helps keep your hands from getting rough and red.
Oh, I don't know, Bill. Beautiful girls have fallen for George before.
Who?
Me.
I should have guessed.
And I'm not too sure I can trust George either. Dorothy Lamour is pretty alluring.
Well, Dorothy Lamour has nothing on you, Gracie.
No, she hasn't got much on herself either. That's what worries me.
Let's see what you mean. Tonight, our young tenor Jimmy Cash sings the romantic ballad, The Music Stopped. Jimmy?
Still dancing, which goes to show that music has charms. The lights were low, so we kept on dancing. I felt the glow of you in my arms. Left the stand, and we were in heaven, dancing on a cloud way off in the blue. The music stopped, and people were glancing, but we went on dancing. For we didn't know, because the lights were low, and we were in
Well, Gracie has found out that Dorothy Lamour, who believes in numerology, is searching desperately for a singing leading man who vibrates to the number 7. So Gracie has altered George's vibrations and is now calling on the glamorous Miss Lamour.
Dorothy, you're at Paramount, aren't you?
Yes.
Would you do me a favor?
Why, of course, Gracie.
Would you ask Paulette Goddard and Veronica Lake to please stop fighting over my husband?
Gracie, I didn't know your husband was at Paramount.
Oh, they don't let him walk around in the open.
No?
No, they're afraid Loretta Young might kidnap him. You see, my husband is so frightfully handsome.
Really? Well, whatever happened to your first husband, George Burns?
Oh, this is the same one. I'm still married to George Burns.
Well, I must not remember George very well. Isn't he kind of short with a little pot tummy?
Oh, no, you're thinking of Cary Grant.
Well, what does George look like?
And he has a beautiful singing voice, too.
He sings?
Like a nightingale. You know how the girls swoon when Frank Sinatra sings?
Yes.
Well, when George sings, Frank Sinatra swoons.
That shouldn't take much.
Well, of course, George's main attraction is that he's a number 7. But, of course, you wouldn't understand that. It's numerology.
Wait a minute. Number 7? George is a number 7?
Where do you get your hair done, Dorothy?
Never mind about my hair. Gracie, that figure. It's amazing.
Oh, thank you. Yours is kind of pretty, too.
No. I mean about George being a number 7. Gracie, I must have him.
Dorothy, please.
I must have him for my picture. Where can I find him?
Well, right now he's home hiding from Claudette Colbert.
George is just the man I'm looking for. He's handsome, he sings, and above all, he's a number 7. Wait a minute. According to numerology, George Burns would be a number 5.
George K. Burns?
Oh. What's his middle name?
Kansas City.
Kansas City?
He was born there.
Oh, I see. He was named after Kansas City.
Yeah, shortly after.
Gracie, why don't I go home with you right now and talk to George? I can't wait to see if he's as handsome as you say.
Well, why not arrange the whole thing on the phone?
On the phone?
Well, yes, and then you can see him when you start shooting the picture. Here's our phone number. You can call him.
But why can't I see him?
Well, the poor boy is so exhausted from being chased by all those women, especially today. You see, today Rosalind Russell chased him, and she has such long legs. So, goodbye, Dorothy.
Well, I can't let a number 7 get away from me.
Hello?
Hello. Is this George Burns?
Yes.
This is Dorothy Lamour.
Who?
Dorothy Lamour. Look, George, would you please be my new leading man?
Who'd you say this was?
Dorothy Lamour.
Gracie, will you stop with this nonsense?
This isn't Gracie, it's Dorothy. Listen, George, you're a number 7, and I'm in tune with your vibrations.
You're also a little bit nuts, aren't you?
George, I'm going to sing at the Hollywood Canteen tonight. Would you make it a duet with me? Then maybe I can change your mind.
Oh, sure. Shall I wear a sarong?
You still don't believe it's me, do you?
No.
Well, you wait there. I'll come right over.
Yeah, do that. Come in? Well, I'll be darned. It is Dorothy Lamour.
Quick, where's Mr. Burns?
I'm Mr. Burns.
Oh, how do you do? I'd like to see your son, George.
I'm George Burns.
Oh, no, I want the George Burns who's married to Gracie.
That was me you talked to on the phone, Dorothy. And I'll be glad to be your new leading man and sing at the canteen with you tonight.
Oh, hello, Dorothy, what are you doing here?
I'm beginning to wonder. Gracie, I'd like to speak to you alone, please.
You would? Excuse us, dear.
Now, Gracie.
Now, where do you get your hair done, Dorothy?
Never mind that. There's something rotten in Denmark.
Well, I should think so with all those Nazis there.
You know what I mean. And now that I've seen George, the whole deal's off, Gracie. No canteen and no picture.
But, Dorothy, he's a 7. If you don't use him, you'll have to give up numerology.
And if I do, I'll have to give up pictures. Goodbye, Gracie.
Time for Felix Mills and the orchestra and the old favorite, Swinging Down the Lane. Well, George doesn't know that Dorothy Lamour has changed her mind about singing with him, and he is now at the canteen rehearsing their duet. Outside his dressing room door stands a worried Gracie. She is seeking advice from a handsome man, a man who is both wise and understanding, despite his extreme youth and good looks.
What shall I do, Bill?
Well, gee, I don't know, Gracie. Why not just walk in and tell him?
Oh, no, I can't do that. You see, George is not like other men. He's sensitive and high-strung, like a fine-pedigreed Pekingese.
Well, there is a resemblance, yes. To a Pekingese, I think.
The shock might make him do something drastic. Why, he's liable to run right down to the ocean and throw himself on the beach and cry all night.
We wouldn't want that to happen.
Oh, and he's so happy now. I just can't stand to tell him. It would break his poor little heart.
Yeah, I guess it will.
Oh, just think of George. His head hanging, his shoulders drooping, his chest sagging, his footsteps heavy as lead.
Yeah, and then think of him after he hears the bad news.
Oh, I know, Bill.
What?
Maybe I can talk George out of working with Dorothy.
Yeah?
That'll save his pride.
Well, you think you can do it, Gracie?
Well, I can try. You wait here.
The night is young, the skies are clear, and if you want to go walking, dear, it's delightful, it's
Hello,
delicious
dear.
air. Hello, dear. Gee, my voice sounds richer and deeper than ever tonight. I can hardly believe it's me singing unless I look in the mirror and see my mouth open.
Well, close it and come on home.
haven't done my duet with Dorothy yet. Now go away and let me rehearse. The night is young, the skies
see? I'm already the forgotten woman.
You're the what?
The forgotten woman. The wife of a big star who goes up and up and up, while his forgotten wife goes down and down and down.
Look, Gracie.
Oh, your public will take you away from me. Lonesomeness will drive me down and down until I'm just a shell. A beautiful husk who's lost her corn.
Listen, dear.
You go up and up and up, and I'll go down and down and down.
Honey, you see...
I'll sink lower and lower and become coarser and coarser until I reach the gutter.
Oh, honey, you could never do that.
Gutter butt, Mac.
Gracie, what's eating you?
Oh, all right. You may as well know the truth. I'm afraid that you and Dorothy will fall madly in love.
That's silly.
How is it? Listen, George, when the lighted match of her charm is dropped into the gas tank of your personality, there's got to be an explosion.
This is ridiculous. Now run along and let me rehearse.
You won't come home with me?
No.
Very well, dear.
Oh.
Any luck, Gracie?
Oh, no. We've got to get Dorothy to change her mind. Bill, do you think you would get any place with Dorothy Lamour?
Well, it'll be fun trying.
Oh, good. Now, there's her dressing room. See what you can persuade her to do.
Yeah, man.
Come in.
Excuse me, Miss Lamour. Gracie wants me to talk to you about George.
Nothing doing. I found out that George isn't a number 7 at all. He faked the middle initial K just to make him a 7.
What a dirty trick.
Yes. Say, you're kind of handsome. What's your name?
Bill K. Goodwin.
Bill K. Goodwin?
Uh-huh.
Why, you're a real number 7.
Well, my friends call me Sev for short.
You might do as the lead in a South Sea Island picture. Can you act?
Can I act? Dottie, get a load of this. Oh, oonga boonga. You, Dottie, me, Bill. Me give you big bar swan soap.
What's that supposed to be? Pigeon English?
No, that's swan English, Dottie. You see, Swan, the white floating soap is 4 soaps in one. The soap for your hands and face, for bathing the baby, and for dishes and light laundry. 4 swell soaps in one.
You want to be my leading man or my laundry man?
Huh? Oh, you're leading man, Dottie. And what a picture it'll be. Just picture us in the quiet of the tropical night, listening to the gurgle and splash of the water.
We're on the beach.
No, we're bathing the baby with Swan.
Where did that come from?
The Swan? Oh, I brought that with me. Swan's great for bathing babies. It's as pure as fine Castiles, and a baby soap must be mild. Swan's as mild and gentle as a baby's kiss. And if Swan's that good, well, it must be terrific.
You're nutty. But you're cute. Say, by the way, can you sing?
Oh, can I sing, Dottie? Just picture me in a leopard skin, will you? Singing the Hawaiian war chant. Take a cake, a swan, and break a cake, a swan, and 2. Half you put into the bathroom for your hands and face, and the other half in your kitchen sink for Mamahi Lever Brothers. Oh, wait, hey. Oh.
Hey, cut it out. Cut it out.
What's the matter, Dottie?
Well, you're supposed to be my tropical lover, and all you talk about is swan. Do I remind you of a swan or something?
Well, you both have a beautiful neck.
Well, it looks like that's more than we're going to have.
Oh. Well, let's make up for lost time. Come here, Dottie.
Why, you curly-headed wolf.
Well, Bill, did you accomplish anything?
That I did.
Well, Dorothy, are you going to sing the duet with George?
Sure, Gracie. I'll do it for you.
Oh, thank you.
And thank you for such a cute leading man.
Oh, is he going to be your leading man?
Sure. He's a little wolfish, but he's cute.
Wolfish?
And how? We hadn't been alone 2 minutes till he kissed me.
Oh, my goodness, I was afraid this might happen.
What?
Oh, your match has dropped into his gas tank. Oh, excuse me, Dorothy. Oh, dear, which will it be, a career for George or a husband for me? Oh, a husband for me. I'll kick his career right out the window.
The night is young, the stars are clear.
George, do you still insist on singing that duet with Dorothy?
Certainly.
Oh, well, all right. Let me have that arrangement you're going to do. I want to make a few changes in it.
Okay, here, but hurry. It's almost time for the number.
Thank you, boys. It's nice to be at the canteen again. And now I'd like to introduce a new singing team, Dorothy Lamour and Sugarthroat Burns. They will sing a song which has just been especially arranged by me.
The night is young, the skies are clear, and if you want to go walking, dear, it's delightful, it's delicious, it's lovely. I understand the reason why you're sentimental, 'cause so am I. It's delightful, it's delicious, it's lovely. You can tell at a glance what a swell night this is for romance. You can hear dear Mother Nature murmuring low.
Oh.
Let yourself go softly, sweet, sweet, my chickadee. And when I kiss you, just say to me, it's delightful, it's delicious, it's delectable, it's delirious, it's dilemma, it's delimit, it's de-lovely.
Gracie, what did you do to me? That'll finish my career.
Yeah, I know. Come along, dear. You're my gas tank, and we'll use my matches.
I'm confused.
George and Gracie will be right back, so I've only a few seconds to remind you that whether you're a pin-up girl or a grandmother, your complexion deserves the purest, mildest soap that money can buy. You want a soap that's pure as fine Castiles? You want Swan. You want a soap that's so mild it's kind to even a baby's tender skin? Again, you want Swan. Yes, and you want a soap that'll give you a thick, rich lather at the touch of a hand. So, sister, you really want Swan. And when you get Swan, remember, it's also great for the baby and perfect for dishes and light laundry. So put your wartime pennies on a 4-time winner, the new white floating soap, Swan. Now, here again are George and Gracie.
Well, Gracie, I've got a big thrill for you.
Yeah, what is it?
Next week, our guest star will be Alan Ladd.
Oh. Really?
Well, aren't you thrilled? Well, gee, Gracie, he thrills all the women.
Well, dear, they're not married to you.
Oh, good night.
Our guest tonight, Dorothy Lamour, will be seen shortly in the Paramount picture And the Angels Sing. The makers of Swan, the new white floating soap, join George and Gracie in inviting you to tune into your Columbia station again next Tuesday, same time. Our guest, Alan Ladd. The following week, Paul Lucas. Remember, George Burns, Gracie Allen, CBS next Tuesday night. Now, till next Tuesday, this is Bill Goodwin saying, well, I, Swan, how about you? This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
Andy, listen, the man is just about to open his big mouth.
Yeah, let's everybody listen. Rinso, the new Rinso with Solium, brings you the Amos and Andy Show. Rinso, the soap that contains Solium, the sunlight ingredient, brings you a full half hour of entertainment with the Jubilaires, Jeff Alexander's orchestra and chorus, and radio's all-time favorites, Amos and Andy. And now, Lever Brothers Company, the makers of Rinso, invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy Amos and Andy. There have been many fly-by-night romances in the life of Andrew Brown, and his best friend Amos has long been aware of this. Feeling that it's about time Andy settled down with the right girl, 2 weeks ago, Amos and his wife Ruby invited Andy over to dinner to meet a friend of theirs. The important introduction is taking place.
Andy Brown, I'd like to have you meet Mary Thompson. Mary, this is my good friend Andy.
It's nice to know you, Andy.
Hello. Well, you all make yourself comfortable here. I'll go on in the kitchen and help Ruby.
You were a little late, Mr. Brown. Couldn't I get you an hors d'oeuvre?
No, thank you. I'm on the wagon.
I hope they don't serve too big a dinner. You know, I kind of been watching my figure.
I've been kind of looking at it myself. Won't you sit down on the sofa here, Mary?
Oh, thank you, Andy.
Do you smoke?
No, I don't.
Well, that's okay. I'll borrow a cigarette from Amos later. Mary, your show is cute. How come I ain't seen you around town before?
No, I don't get around much, Andy. I'm a secretary, and I keep pretty busy down at the office.
Oh, you work, sir. Well, tell me more about your job.
Oh, I'm sure your work isn't half as interesting as mine, or maybe I should say my work isn't half as interesting as yours. What do you do for a living, Andy?
Where you live at, Mary?
I live on 122nd Street, so I can be near my job. Do you live near your job, Andy?
Sure been having a lot of snow around here lately. You know, Mary, you is pretty. I could go for a gal like you. Something is pulling me to you like you was a maggot. Andy met this gal Mary over at Amos's house 2 weeks ago, proposed to her. Now it looks like he's going to be an old married man like we are.
Yes, we must go over and congratulate the boy. Welcome him to the ranks of the living dead. Tell me, Kingfish, whatever became of that gal that Andy's been corresponding with through the Lonely Hearts Club, that Citronella Jackson?
Well, he done forgot all about that when you know he only got serious with her because he was lonely.
Yes, well, you know, I married my wife Clara 20 years ago because I was lonely.
Mm-hmm.
And just the other morning, I happened to look at her as she was getting up, and I said to myself, Henry, how could you ever have been that lonely?
You know, Andy getting married sure is a good thing for me, though. You see, I is his best man. And as his best man, he done give me $200 to arrange for his honeymoon, out of which I will deduct a small amount for my trouble.
Oh, yes. You making the commission on the deal, huh?
Yeah, I setting aside $175, and that will leave $25 for the honeymoon trip. Well, hello there, Andy. Come on into the office here, boy. I got your honeymoon trip all arranged for you. Oh, yeah. I was really crazy about that gal Mary that Amos introduced me to. Yeah, well, Andy, I just finished up the details on your honeymoon trip. Oh, that's what I come over to see you about, Kingfish. Did you arrange for us to go to Honolulu like I asked you? Honolulu. Now, Andy, knowing that you wanted a tropical setting, I has done picked out a place that's got more atmosphere, more enchantment, and more charm than Honolulu. Yeah? Where's that? Gay, romantic Hoboken. Hoboken. They got a place in New Jersey by that same name. Oh, lucky for you, Andy, it's the same place. Wait a minute, I ain't never been there, but, is you sure that Hoboken is gay and romantic? Oh, yeah, Andy, just picture this exotic scene. As your ferry boat steams into the slip, there on the shore, the happy stevedores raises their voices in their traditional song of the island. What song is that? Aloha Hoboken. You see, The natives all welcome you by throwing banana peelings and grapefruit skins in the water. Oh, it's a touching scene there. Well, wait a minute, Kingfish. How come it's costing me $200 just to go across the river to Hoboken with my wife, Mary? Well, of course, you was going first class all the way. You ain't going down in the steerage on this ferry boat, you know. Oh, yeah. Oh, you're going to be right up on the pomade deck there where you can hear the accordion and everything else. Yeah. Well, what about my room reservations in romantic Hoboken? Oh, nothing but the best, Andy. Nothing but the best. I booked you in the bridal suite at the Yimka Hotel. The Yimka Hotel? How you spell it? YMCA. Wait a minute. Yimka, that must be a new hotel. I won't have no trouble with the reservations when I get to this Yimka, will I? No, but I do think it might be a good idea to have your wife wear slacks. That's what I would do. Wait a minute. What you want, Lightning?
Miss Andy, here's the telegram that just come for you.
Oh, thank you, Lightning.
You're welcome. I'll whiz on out.
Who is the telegram from, Andy? Holy smokes, it's from Citronella Jackson. Citronella Jackson? Yeah, that's the gal I've been writing to in that Lonely Hearts Club. Yeah, what she want? Well, about 6 months ago, I wrote her a letter and say if she ever saved enough money to get up here to New York, I'd marry her. Andy, you done proposed to that gal? Yeah, look here. The telegram says she's arriving tomorrow to marry me. Oh, me, if Mary ever finds out about Citronella, I is a cooked goose. Yeah, Andy, your whole future happiness is at stake here. Not only that, I was already forwarded to Yimka Hotel, 75 cents to reserve you the bridal suite. Oh, me. What is I going to do when Citronella gets here from Georgia? Well, you has got to tell her. You got to do it. You got to have determination. When a woman has done you wrong, I rise to tell my determination. Tell them what is on your mind. I'll tell my determination. Gonna drown myself in the deep blue sea because my good woman made a fool of me. I rise to tell determination. He gonna tell his determination. He's gonna tell it all. I'll tell. He's gonna tell his determination. He's gonna tell it. Well, I caught a bad cold, thought it meant my doom. I'm gonna pay what I owe. Gonna get in my room, I'll tell. Rise to tell determination. I've got those determination blues. I've got it, I'm telling you. I've got those determination blues. What can a poor man do? My head's a spinning on account of 2 women. Boy, I'm gonna see it through. Congregation, yeah. Want you all to know that I've got trouble and woe. Trouble. Well, I've made money, had a time, can't pay my taxes 'cause I ain't got a dime. I made the money, but I can't go home. My wife's waiting with a gambling gun. But listen, let me tell you the truth. I get another dollar, here's what I'm gonna do. Put it in my pocket, till my pocket go thin. Hang on to it till the eagle grin. All right. To tell it, brother, do tell. Determination. I rise way up, rise to tell.
Now, everybody knows that solium is the wonderful sunlight ingredient contained in one soap, and only one soap, New Rinso. But I guess you want to know what that means to you. Well, here's the story. The United States Testing Company, an independent laboratory, has tested New Rinso with solium thoroughly. And this is what all of their tests proved. New Rinso with solium will wash clothes whiter than brand new, make washable colors look brighter than brand new. There you have the scientific facts. No other soap in the world can produce these results because no other soap contains solium. Now, If I've convinced you to buy just one package of new Rinso with Solium, well, that's enough. Your wash day results will do the rest.
Well, come on, Andy. Let's get into Lawyer Stonewall's office here and talk it over with him.
Yeah.
Well, hi, Stonewall. You busy?
Hi, boy. Come in.
We can wait till you finish with them papers there,
No, I know, Fleur. I just cleaned up the East State. Yeah, very peculiar case.
Oh, an estate, huh? What was it?
Well, a friend of mine that's a moving picture actor out in Hollywood had some tough luck. He'd been out of work for a year and a half. His 5 children really don't have enough to eat. His wife had been sick, and his mother went to the hospital, and on top of everything, the landlord sent him a notice of eviction for not paying his rent.
That actor was in an awful lot of trouble.
Yeah, but then the sky's cleared. His uncle died and left him $3,000 in cash.
What did the actor do with it?
Bought a Cadillac convertible.
Well, listen, Stonewall, we got a case for you. Yeah, Andy is supposed to marry 2 different gals at the same time. What do you think you ought to do?
Get a large apartment.
You see, Stonewall, Amos introduced me to a very nice girl by the name of Mary, and I really love her, and I want to marry her. Yeah, but before he met this Mary, he proposed to another gal by the name of Citronella Jackson through the Lonely Hearts Club. And she is coming to town today from Georgia to marry him.
You was a bluebeard.
Yeah, but listen, Stonewall, you see, I loves Mary. Now, what is I going to do?
Well, the only thing I see is to tell this gal Citronella that's coming here that you has got to leave town for 4 or 5 years.
You think that'll do the trick?
Yeah. Tell her you leaving town for some faraway place. I got it. Tell her you was going to the North Pole.
Yeah, we'll even do better than that. We'll tell her that he's going to the Antarctic. Yeah. He's going on a scientific expedition. That's what we tell her. Yeah, well, thank you a lot, Stonewall. That'll get me out of this mess. Yeah, well, let's get on out in this snow and slush.
You know, when we had that big snowstorm, the electricity went off everywhere.
Yeah, it made a lot of people mad.
Yeah, but when the current went off, it made one of my clients very happy.
Happy? Why?
Yeah, he was sitting in the electric chair at the time.
Now, look, man, the lightning say that your gal Citronella Jackson is waiting out in the reception hall to see you. He says she's really a heavyweight. No, mate. Yeah, now, don't forget everything I done told you about going up to the North Pole on the expedition for the United States government. Little America, the penguins, igloos, Aurora Borealis, and all them things I done explained to you. Yeah, don't worry. I'll lay it on thick. You're going to help me now, though, ain't you? Yeah, now, look here. Here's what I going to do. Yeah. While you in here talking to her, I going out the side door here before she come in, and I going out in the lodge hall, and I going to put on my kingfish uniform with all the fish stuff on it. Yeah, that's what's up. Now, while you was talking to her, I'll come in. I'll give you just a few seconds to get it started. Then I'll come in just at the right time as the head of the expedition. Yeah, okay. Well, get on out in the lodge hall now. Go ahead. I'll let her in. Oh, mate. I'll go over and let her in the other door. Well, Citronella Jackson, won't you come in? I is Andy Brown.
Oh, I'm so thrilled to see you. Oh, let me look at you, Andy, my future husband. Oh, I'm just swelled with pride.
Yeah, I know you was swelled with something all right. Citronella, the United States government has called me to go on a dangerous mission for 5 years.
Why, Andy, where are you going to go?
Well, me and a bunch of penguins is going to Little America. We leaving tonight on the good ship, the Aurora Borealis.
Oh, but Andy, do you want to go to the North Pole?
Anything to get out of this weather we've been having around New York. ship ahoy. Excuse me for interrupting, mate, but we is ready to take off. Well, if it ain't the head of the expedition, Admiral Fish. Admiral Fish, I'd like you to meet my bride, not to be, Citronella Jackson. How do you do? Brown, is you ready? The expedition ship is in the harbor and the steam is up. That's good. I likes a nice warm ship.
Oh, Admiral, does Andy have to go?
Young woman, we is leaving for the cause of science. Without Brown here, the expedition would be a failure. He is the navigator.
Yeah, but I come all the way to New York to marry Andy.
Yeah, but just like Admiral Fish says, I gotta go. I is the alligator.
If you must take Andy to the North Pole, please take me too. I won't be in the way.
Well, I can't exactly tuck 300 pounds under the poop deck, madam. And besides, I couldn't let you take the risk. You see, the Eskimos don't see so good on account of snow blindness, and you was liable to wind up with a harpoon in your side. So, you see, Citronella, it's out of the question.
Yeah, but I'm not afraid. I just want to be near you, Andy. While I work, I'd even be willing to help pull one of the sleds.
Sorry, Miss Jackson, the other dogs might resent you.
Well, Andy, I guess I'll just have to be brave.
Yeah, that's right, honey. Keep your chins up. Say, Admiral, come to this. Is the ship all loaded with supplies? Aye, aye, Brown. I'll just check the list here. Let me see. One prefabricated igloo. Prefabricated, huh? Oh, sure. Comes in 2 boxes. One has the egg in it, the other has the glue. Let's see what else. 1 pickaxe, 6 Eskimo dogs, 1 case of candle ration. Yeah, better make that 2 cases. We're liable to get hungry on the way. Yeah.
Say, Admiral, how long do you think you'll be away?
Well, we'll be gone for 5 years, but considering the nights up there are 6 months long, by the time we get back, we might be dead.
Oh, Andy, I'm broken hearted. How could you do this to me? I think it's awful, and I'll never forgive you.
Well, my loved one, you better go back to Georgia.
Oh, Andy, will you ever give me a thought? Yeah. Take this handkerchief of mine till you'll think of me.
I won't need it, Citronella. When I'm up at the North Pole and see them seals and walruses with all that blubber, I'll think of you. You know, sometimes one word can make a big difference. The word yes can change your life. And then there's the word solium. Now, women all over the country have discovered that new Rinso with solium can make a whale of a difference in their wash day results. New Rinso containing solium is the one and only soap in the world that actually washes white clothes whiter than brand new, makes washable colors look brighter than brand new. There's no doubt about it, new Rinso with that wonderful sunlight ingredient solium is a #1 success. And are we surprised? No, ma'am, it was bound to happen. No other soap in the world can match those new Rinso results. Rinso's soapy-rich suds do a first-rate job. And the secret is that one word, solium. Well, pardon me for puffing out my chest, but I'm proud to be the one to tell you that new Rinso with solium is really great. So wonderfully safe for clothes so kind to hands. The biggest wash day development yet. Get a package right away.
My name is Lightning. Something I can do for you, mister?
Yes, Sam. You see, I got a sister by the name of Citronella Jackson that's very unhappy.
Yeah, sir.
And I'm her brother, Tiger.
Tiger?
That's right, Tiger. Don't tell me you ain't never heard of Tiger Jackson. I fight at Madison Square Garden every Friday night, Sam.
Yeah, sir.
I'm looking for a guy by the name of Andrew H. Brown.
Yeah, sir. Well, he's right in that office, right through that door.
Okay, chum.
Everything is features down in Georgia. Oh, how you do, sir? Something I can do for you?
Maybe, chum.
Hey, you are really a big man there. What you weigh?
212 when I weighed in last week just before the fight.
Oh, a prize fighter, huh? I know I'd hate to meet up with you in a dark alley. You know, I've been singing around here because I'm happy today. Just got rid of some gal I was crazy enough to propose to. By the way, my name is Brown.
My name is Jackson.
Glad to know you, Mr. Did you say, Jackson?
I said Jackson.
I guess that's a coincidence. You ain't from the South, though, is you?
Born in Georgia, chum.
Yeah. These coincidences is coming fast. Georgia. Got any kinfolks?
One sister.
You is. Well, nice to meet you.
Wait a minute, chum. Stay away from that door. It's locked and I got the key.
Yeah, well, excuse me for protruding, but you spell your name Jackson?
Is there any other way to spell Jackson?
I was just hoping. I believe I'll open the window and get a little air in here. Uh-oh. Just my luck. The window's nailed down. Jackson.
Did you ever hear that name before, chum?
I want to ask you just one question. By any chance, do you know a gal by the name of... I know you ain't. But tell me this. What is the name of that one sister you were talking about?
Citronella.
See you later. So that's the story, Kingfish. I jumped out of the window and Citronella's brother caught me. Yeah, well, tell me this. When he caught you on the street, what did the man say to you? He said if I didn't marry his sister, I was going to be walking around town looking at people with no head on my shoulder. Yeah, well, tell me this, Andy. What is you going to do? Well, I ain't going to marry her because I don't love her. And like I told Amos this morning, I can't ask Mary to be my wife because the first time I go out on the street with her, somebody's going to knock my head off. I've been hiding over in Amos's basement at his house all day so Tiger won't see me. Oh, come in, Amos. Come in.
Well, I got some good news for you, Andy.
Well, he needs some good news, Amos. He sure is.
Well, now, here it is. When you told me the mess that you was in, Andy, I wanted to help you because, you remember, I was the one that introduced you to Mary.
Yeah, sure. Go on.
So I went to see Citronella's brother. I looked all over town for him. I went down to Madison Square Garden, and they told me down there that I would find him at the gymnasium.
Yeah.
So I found him there. You know, he fights at Madison Square Garden every Friday night.
Yeah, I know that.
So I told him the whole truth about your situation, Andy, and he said that he ain't so particular about his sister marrying you. He just wants to make sure that she marries somebody.
Oh, that's it, huh?
Yeah, well, you see, I just thought maybe that would kind of help you along. I got to run along. I'm late for work now. So long.
Yeah, so long, Amos. So long. Just so she marries somebody. Well, Andy, that gives us something to work on. Yeah, if we could only find some fella that would marry Citronella. Some fella that's real stupid and...
Well, I just dropped in to say, hi, fellas.
Sit down, stupid. Shorty. You know, Shorty, me and Andy was just saying here that you ought to get married.
Yeah, I should like to if I could find the right gal.
Well, you know they say in this world that there's a perfect mate for every man. Just like a pair of shoes. One shoe has got to be like the other one.
Yeah, well, I met a gal once. She talked like me. She acted like me. She was the same size, same personality. She even looked like me.
Yeah, well, why didn't you marry her?
Who wants to marry a girl like that?
Shorty, look here. I think we has got just the gal for you.
Tell me about her family. She got any little brothers and sisters?
Well, she got a little brother.
Little brother, huh?
Yeah.
Is he still in short pants?
Only on Friday night.
I sure would like to meet her.
Well, Shorty, I'll make a date for you tonight and start the thing going.
Oh, that's great, Andy.
Tell me this, Shorty. What do you think you two will do tonight on your first date with her?
So I might take her to a concert at the opera. We might go to the Museum of Natural History. There's a wonderful Shakespearean play. We might smooch.
Well, Tiger, everything has worked out great, ain't it?
Yeah, chum. Your friend Shorty and my sister is already engaged. They're going to get married this month.
Oh, that's great. Andy's happy, too. Now he and Mary can get married just like the plan. He's over talking to her now. Well, come in, Andy. What you doing back so soon?
Oh, I just went over to see my gal, Murray Thompson. She says she read in one of the gossip columns about me going to marry some gal by the name of Citronella. She don't want to have no more to do with me and done broke off the engagement.
Well, now listen, chum. This whole thing was my fault. Tell you what. I'll go over and see this gal of yours, Mary, and straighten out the whole thing.
Oh, yeah. Would you do that for me? Because I really want to marry that gal. You know, I can tell by the way she acted she's crazy about me, too.
Don't worry, chum. I'll fix everything up for you. I guarantee you there'll be a wedding.
Mary Thompson, take this man for your lawful wedded husband?
I do.
And do you take this woman for your lawful wedded wife?
I sure do, chum.
Andy, do you think that experience has made you a ladies' man?
No, sir, I don't. I still don't know how to act when I'm around the ladies. But you take Mr. Lake now. He knows just what to do.
Well, I just step up to the microphone and say what every woman wants to hear. New Rinso with Solium actually washes white clothes whiter than brand new. Makes washable colors look brighter than brand new. No other soap in the world can produce these results. Try New Rinso with Solium.
Good night, folks.
See you next Tuesday.
Don't let them whisper about you.
Don't let them whisper B.O.
Escape embarrassment. Get the only soap especially made to stop B.O. The soap used in the homes of 40 million Americans. The mild, refreshing soap with an exclusive purifying ingredient, Lifebuoy Health Soap. Your daily Lifebuoy bath gives lasting all-over protection. Buy Lifebuoy right away.
Wouldn't it be nice if you could be sure that someday you'll take that trip you've been dreaming of or send young Susan to college? Well, is it worth saving for? How about it? Think you could put aside a little every week to buy U.S. savings bonds? I say every week because automatic saving is sure saving. If you have your employer set aside a sum from each paycheck to use in the purchase of bonds, you'll find you have several bonds almost before you know it. And if you don't have a regular salary, but you do have a checking account, you can join the bond-a-month plan. Ask your bank about it. In any case, when you buy U.S. savings bonds regularly, you're making a safe, profitable, and convenient investment in your own future. Be sure to be with us next Tuesday at the same time when Lever Brothers Company, the makers of New Rinso with Solium, will again present the Amos and Andy Show. Until then, good night to all of you from all of us.
This is NBC, the national broadcasting company.
The Columbia Broadcasting System presents a new comedy.
My Friend Irma.
Starring Marie Wilson as Irma and Kathy Lewis as Jane with John Brown as Al.
Friendship, friendship, just a perfect friendship. When other friendships have been forgot, theirs will still be hot. La, 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 la.
Sure, it's something to sing about. And they can sing about it maybe because they haven't any friends. But I'm singing the blues about it because I've got a friend. My friend Irma. Now, don't get me wrong. I love that girl. Most people do. It's just that Mother Nature gave some girls brains, intelligence, cleverness. But with Irma, well, Mother Nature slipped her a Mickey. I will never forget the first time I met her. I was walking along looking for a place to live in New York, and by a strange coincidence, I am having a very tough time. And I keep bumping into people, and I keep saying, I beg your pardon. Excuse me, until...
Oh, excuse me. I just never look where I'm going. I just keep walking with my head high, just like the doctor told me, and taking deep breaths, inhaling and exhaling like this. And I keep counting to myself, 1, 2, 3...
Look, miss, will you stop counting long enough to help me up?
Oh, of course. You must be uncomfortable on your knees.
Oh, no, not at all, honey. I'd love it down here if I was Al Jolson.
Did you see that picture, the Jolson story? I just loved it. I cried and cried.
Fine. Now, would you please help me up?
Oh, certainly. Here, give me your hand. Oh, my, what a beautiful ring. You know, my boyfriend, Al, he was going to get me one just like that. We had it all picked out, only you know what happened?
It wouldn't fit your nose.
Well, it wasn't for my nose. It was for my finger. It wouldn't fit my nose.
I wish it had. I could have pulled myself up.
Oh, you want to get up, don't you?
Yes, if you please. I can't make much time crawling.
I can't either. I always walk. Well, here we go. Up the daisy. Oh, careful, your dress. Oh, we ripped it, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
But you know something? They're wearing split skirts in New York this year.
Yeah, I know, but not all the way up to the neck.
Hey, we haven't been introduced yet. My name's Irma. What's yours?
Goodbye.
Oh, what an unusual name. What's your last name?
Forever.
That's a pretty name, Miss. Goodbye forever.
Oh, Irma. That's when I should have run, but I didn't. Apartments are too hard to find these days, and Irma, bless her heart, is really a sweet kid. So I moved in with her in that one-room furnished freight elevator she called home.
Jane, the telephone's ringing. Jane, the telephone's ringing.
Aren't you going to answer it?
I don't know if it's for me.
Well, take a chance. Take a chance. It's not your nickel.
Hello? Hello? Yeah, she's here. Jane, it's for me.
Irma? You know, if Marconi knew that you were going to use the telephone, he never would have invented it.
Oh, Jane, I'm surprised at you. Alexander Graham Bell invented the telephone, not Marconi.
You see, I'm beginning to think like you.
Everybody knows that Marconi invented spaghetti.
Irma, the telephone.
Oh, hello? Al? Jane, it's Al.
Well, what are you waiting for? Run down to the police station with the bail.
Oh, don't be silly. He's not in jail. Hello, Al? Eh? I? Oh, you?
That's enough for the vowels, Irma. Now try the consonants.
Okay, Al. Goodbye. Jane, Al's coming over.
Oh, honey. Why do you have to spoil our Sunday by having that jobless, phony windbag of an Al over?
Jane.
Yes?
What's your opinion of Al?
I like him. I think he's a live wire, and it's just a matter of time before they hook him up and put a chair under him.
Oh, Jane, I wish you wouldn't pick on Al, because someday I hope to be Mrs. Al.
Oh, sweetie, look, I didn't mean it. Now, stop sniffling. You'll ruin your pretty face with your mascara. Come on.
But I love Al.
Yeah, I know you do, Irma. That's the reason I'm hard on him. I want to be sure that the guy who gets my little Irma's heart's got a big enough heart to match it.
Gee, thanks, Jane. Gee, wouldn't it be wonderful if I married Al and you could, and we could have a double wedding?
A double wedding? How do you figure that?
It would be if you married Richard Rhinelander III.
That was my blood pressure rising. She would mention his name. You see, Richard Rhinelander III is my boss, and I'm his private secretary. I'm in love with him, but I have no chance to marry him because he's Richard Rhinelander III, and I'm Jane Stacy I. Oh, I've tried everything to impress him. I even told him I lived in a very intellectual atmosphere and that my roommate is a promising young novelist. Oh, Stacy, you fool, you. If he ever finds out how you live and what a mental midget Irma really is, you must end up right between the 8, 9, and 10 ball. Gee, I'd love to marry him. Irma, wouldn't it be wonderful if I wound up being Mrs. Richard Rhinelander III?
The third? What good is that if he has 2 other wives?
You know, I won't even stop to answer that one.
Gee, I couldn't marry a wealthy man and have to go to the opera. I don't know a thing about Shakespeare.
Honey, with $5 million, all you got to know about Shakespeare is that he's dead and you're alive. Well, let's forget Mr. Rhinelander. I'll never marry him because there's a difference in family. His ancestors were Mayflower people.
Gee, they made all that money out of donuts?
Irma, if you say another word to me, I'll scream.
Well, if you do, you'll wake up Professor Kropotkin, the violinist downstairs, and he needs sleep.
Irma, I'm going to take a bath.
Well, Jane, don't use all the hot water. This is the day we wash the dishes. Hello? Who did you want to talk to? Jane? Who's this? Oh, Mr. Richard Rhinelander. Well, Jane's busy. Do you want to hang on for about 20 minutes? Yes, this is Irma, her roommate. How's my book? Oh, I finished it and I'm starting another. Hard on me. No, you know those giant comics are mostly pictures. Oh, I'd like to meet you too, Mr. Rhinelander. Say, I've got an idea. Why don't you dash over for dinner tonight? Huh? Oh, it's no bother. Oh, we'd love to have you. And, by the way, if it's not inconvenient, ask your mother to bake us some donuts. Remember, see you at 7:30, and don't bother to dress. It's strictly au gratin. Now, who could that be? Come in.
Hiya, chicken. How are you?
Hello, Al, honey. Gee, I'm glad you came over.
I didn't think I could make it. Took time off from 3 deals that were just simmering, dying to burst into flame. Stuff like stucco bathtubs, scratch while you bathe. Tremendous projects.
Oh, Al, you're always talking business.
Gotta be on my toes, honey, if you and I ever expect to settle down in that cozy little 30-room cottage.
Gee, Al, I'd just love to hear you talk like that. Come over here a minute, honey, and look in my eyes. What do you see?
Murine. Now, there's another great moneymaker. Wish I'd thought of that.
Al, I know how ambitious you are, but can't you forget business and be a little more romantic?
Well, I'd love to, kid, but in order to give you the good things in life, I gotta start thinking about this big deal I got brewing.
Oh, gee, Al, if your deal comes through, maybe you and I could settle down on a little ranch.
I can see it now, the egg and Irma.
Hiya, Janie. What's the good word?
Jane, Al's got a big deal on.
And what a deal. I just happened to line up no less than $100,000 worth of surplus Army goods.
Gee, Al, what kind of surplus are you going to sell?
Ripcords.
Ripcords?
This is a big deal. I got a pajama manufacturer lined up to take the whole lot of it. I even got an advertising gimmick with these ripcords. Listen to this. You get up in the morning and bail out of your pajamas. You like it, Jane?
I don't know how I ever lived this long without it.
And that ain't all. This is a big promotion. You take a 2-page ad in Life showing a picture of a beautiful girl ready to retire. And underneath, the caption...
Hit the silk.
Yeah. How'd you know?
It figures.
I think it's wonderful. What do you think, Jane?
You know, the whole thing has tired me out. I'm going back and take another shower.
You see, Chicken, I'm a beaten man. Jane doesn't believe in me.
Well, that's not true. Jane likes you, Al. She always takes 2 showers on Sunday.
I see. One for herself and one for those dirty looks she gives me.
And besides, Al, once you get to know Jane, you'll realize that her bark is worse than her tree.
You know, honey, I wouldn't say this to anybody else. But things are going so badly for me lately that I may be forced to do something desperate.
Al, you're going to get a job?
Irma, watch your language.
I'm sorry, Al. I only...
A job? Irma, supposing a man like me would consent to go to work, say, for a bank, at a small starting salary of $500 a week. Naturally, somebody like me moves fast. At the end of a year, I'm making $1,000 a week as a second vice president. In 2 years, I'm making $2,000 a week as a first vice president. In 10 years' time, I'm president of the bank and I got $100,000. Where do I go from there? I'm in a rut.
But, Al...
Well, Irma, I'm in a rut now, and it didn't take me 10 years to get there. So you see how foolish it'd be for me to get a job. You understand, kid?
It's clear to me, Al.
It is? Well, I'm glad. You're a great girl and you deserve the best.
But I don't want the best. I want you, Al.
You know, the brakes have always been against me. It'd be different if I wasn't a practical man, but my ideals are so sound. It's all a question of the brakes.
Gee, Al, I wish there was something I could do to help you.
Thanks, Chicken. But a guy like me with my ideas has got to mix with the right people. If I could only meet a man who's a millionaire.
Well, Al, suppose you met a millionaire who's got money besides.
Irma, what do you mean?
Well, Al, I'm throwing a dinner party tonight.
Dinner party?
Uh-huh. Yes, I've invited Jane's boss over. You know, the millionaire Richard Rhinelander III.
Richard Rhinelander III?
Yeah, she's crazy about him, and I thought an intimate gathering would bring them together socially, and financially it would bring the two of you together. So why don't you just surprise us and drop over casually after dinner and bring your ideas?
The millionaire Richard Rhinelander III. You know, Irma, if a guy like me with my ideas could meet a millionaire like Jane's boss, it'd be a natural combination.
Oh, wonderful, Al. It'll be perfect. I can kill you and Jane with one stone.
But won't Jane mind my coming?
No, it's a surprise party. She doesn't even know Richard Rhinelander's coming.
Thanks, baby. You're a genius. I'll be there.
Oh, before you go, Al, haven't you forgotten something?
Huh? Oh, yeah. What time does Rhinelander get here?
Irma, has Al left you?
Oh.
Just leave her now. So long, ladies. See you later.
Honey, be careful going home. There's a crime wave on.
Yeah, Al, keep your hat turned down. You don't want to get picked up.
You fracture me. So long, Chicken. See you later.
We're having a dinner party?
Yes, I've invited your boss, Richard Rhinelander, to dinner tonight.
You invited my boss to dinner tonight? Here? Irma, how could you?
Oh, it was simple. He called up and asked to talk to you, and you were busy, so I invited him.
Oh, no. This is all a dream.
And after dinner, Al's going to drop over, and if Professor Kropotkin comes up, it'll be a wonderful party.
Oh, no, this is a nightmare. Give me that phone. Maybe it's not too late to stop him. Oh, dear. Hello? Hello, is Mr. Rhinelander there? He's not? Well, could you please tell me where he went? He left to go to a dinner party at a Miss Jane Stacy's. Thank you.
Jane, what are you doing?
Nothing. Just writing a suicide note.
And now the Sportsman with Lud Gluskin and his orchestra and their own special arrangement of...
Good night, ladies. Good night, ladies. Good night, ladies. We're gonna leave you now. Merrily we roll along, roll along, roll along. Merrily we roll along o'er the deep blue sea. O'er the deep blue sea. Farewell, ladies. Good night, toodaloo. Farewell, ladies. Goodbye.
So long.
Good night, toodaloo. Farewell, ladies. For we're gonna leave you now. Merrily, merrily we roll along. Merrily, merrily we roll along. Merrily, merrily we roll along o'er the deep blue sea. Merrily we roll along, roll along, roll along. Merrily we roll along o'er the deep blue. Merrily we roll along, roll along, roll along. Merrily we roll along o'er the deep. Merrily we roll along, roll along, roll along. Merrily we roll along o'er the. Merrily we roll along, roll along, roll along. Merrily we roll along o'er the deep, deep blue sea.
Richard Rhinelander III is coming to dinner. Now I'm really trapped because I told him that I lived in an artistic neighborhood and that my roommate was a budding novelist. How could I justify having him sit around with that scintillating duo of conversationalists Irma and Al? Mr. Rhinelander is expecting an evening based on table talk a la Information, Please. What he's going to get is People Are Funny or It Pays to Be Ignorant. Well, finally, 7:30 rolled around. The bottle of martinis was catching a chill in the icebox, and I was running a fever in the living room. Richard would be arriving at any minute, and Irma wasn't ready. Irma, sweetie, it's 7:30.
I know, Jane. I'm just getting into my dress. How do you like it?
Don't you think you ought to get a little further into it?
Al likes this dress.
Al would, but Mr. Rhinelander wouldn't. Now, come on, huh? You've got just time to waltz this broom around a few times.
Okay.
Irma, huh? No, don't sweep the dirt under the rug. Man downstairs has been complaining.
Complaining?
Yeah, you know, that hole in the floor.
Jane, I have a wonderful idea. Why don't we take the rug off, and then with a hole in the ceiling, we'll have cross ventilation.
Oh. Irma, I'm so nervous.
Oh, don't worry. I'll handle everything. Haven't you confidence in me?
Well, certainly I have.
Well, then why are you shaking?
I always shake like this before I have a nervous breakdown. Now, Irma, let's not be nervous, huh? Let's just take it easy. Now, let's see. First, we serve the martinis, and then...
I don't have to drink a martini, do I, Jane?
What's that got to do with it?
I'd rather have milk.
Well, how can you drink milk when we're drinking martinis?
Oh, I know. I'll drink milk, but I'll put an olive in it.
Oh, Irma. He's here. Oh, he's here. Now listen to me, Irma. I'm not worried. I'm not worried. I've got confidence in you, and I know you'll do everything right, because if you don't, I think I'll kill myself and then you. Now, you ready? Okay. Irma, put the broom away. Come in.
I beg your pardon, but does Jane Stacy Oh, of course. Good evening, Jane. I didn't recognize you for a moment.
That's because she didn't take the curlers out of her hair.
How silly of me. Come in, Mr. Rhinelander. May I present my roommate, Irma?
How do you do?
Hello.
Irma, would you mind taking Mr. Rhinelander's hat?
I can't.
Why not?
His head is still in it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Here it is.
Irma, now that you have Mr. Rhinelander's hat, would you mind taking the broom away from him?
Oh.
Irma, now that you have the broom, would you mind taking Mr. Rhinelander's hat away from him? Oh. Won't you sit down, Mr. Rhinelander?
Oh, thank you, Jane, but you don't have to be so formal. My friends always call me Richard.
Thank you. Cigarette, Richard?
Thank you.
Match, Richard?
Thank you.
Ashtray, Richard?
Thank you. Cigarette, Irma?
Thank you.
Match, Irma?
Thank you.
Ashtray, Irma?
No, thank you. I don't smoke.
You writers, you're all alike. Witty and eccentric.
Yes, I knew you'd like Irma's wit. It's so natural.
Yes, so I noticed. My, what a charming apartment you have here. When will the remodeling be finished?
Remodeling? Remodeling? This is it?
Yes, it's small, but our neighbors are so interesting. Artists, writers. musicians, you know. For instance, there's a very famous violinist who lives downstairs. He's Professor Kropotkin.
Kropotkin? Kropotkin?
Yeah, he plays in the Paradise Burlesque. Have you ever been there?
Well, I don't think so.
Well, it doesn't matter. You wouldn't have seen him anyway because he plays a violin under the runway.
Yes, a lot of our neighbors are eccentric, but they're all artistic.
Oh, I know what you mean. A charming environment.
Yes.
You know, it's hot in here. I think I'll open the window.
Hey, Mrs. Flanagan! Did you hear the news about Johnny O'Toole downstairs? Last night he come home, roaring drunk, and straggled up the stairs.
Shall we go in to dinner? If I live to be the oldest woman in the United States and Canada, I'll never forget that dinner. It started off with Irma taking from the right and serving from the left. She also did a little dropping in the middle. And Mr. Rhinelander looked very fetching wearing a hamburger over his right eye. Then we got to the dessert. And it seems that Irma had put the dessert in the wrong tray in the icebox. It was the first time I'd ever tasted cauliflower sherbet. So much for the food. The conversation was a monster in its own right. Richard said,
Fortunately, I've been able to travel considerably. Irma, do you like to travel?
And Irma said,
oh, yes, it's really the only way to get any place.
Finally, it was over, and we decided to have our coffee in the living room.
Well, Jane, that was an excellent dinner.
Thank you.
Wonderful food.
That's nothing unusual. We always have food for dinner.
Oh, Irma, you have a priceless wit. Hasn't she, Jane?
She has? Oh, yes, she has.
You know, Mr. Rhinelander, I envy Jane working for you.
Yes, the investment business can be exciting, but, you know, I wish I had more time for sports.
Oh, you do love sports, don't you, Richard?
Yes, I don't like to brag or appear stuffy, but at college I won my letter in 6 different sports.
Oh, isn't that wonderful? And weren't you voted the best-looking man on the campus?
Oh, well, Jane, that was only kid stuff. But getting back to sports, since going into business with Dad, he sort of kept me hopping. You know how the office is, but, Jane, with you being the capable secretary you are, I've been able to find some time for squash and badminton at the athletic club.
Oh, well, personally, I love golf. It's such an exciting game, and yet it's so simple.
Yes, but you know, tennis has a dash of that same excitement.
I swim, ride horseback, play tennis, bowl, and shoot pool.
Irma, do you really do all those things?
No, but I have to keep up my end of the conversation.
More coffee, Richard?
No, thank you.
I think you're wise. Coffee does keep one awake.
Yes, coffee does have that effect on me. How about you, Irma?
They've got an awful lot of coffee in Brazil.
Irma, we know you're in the conversation, dear. Just take it easy.
Well, okay, I think I'll open the window.
No, don't. No, Irma, the window. No.
And the next night, Johnny O'Toole comes home again, roaring drunk, staggering up the stairs, carrying an arm like...
Chilly out tonight, isn't it, Richard?
Well, now let's get down to business. When are you two going to get married?
Irma! Oh, Richard, I really don't know what to say.
Well, Irma, really, I'm very fond of Jane, but of course you know there's my father.
Your father, let him get his own girl.
Oh, Irma. Oh, come in.
Hi, folks.
What a surprise. Look, Jane, it's Al.
The next sound you hear is Jane Stacy blowing her brains out.
Al, I'd like you to meet Richard Rhinelander III. Richard, this is my boyfriend, Al.
How do you do?
Well, hiya, Richard. Heard a lot about you.
Richard, wouldn't you care to go to a movie or something?
Oh, no sense in breaking up the party. Let's sit around and chew the fat.
Richard's not hungry, Al. We just finished dinner.
Well, Rich, what's new on the street?
The street?
Yeah, you know, the exchange.
Oh, well, cotton was a little slow this past week.
Uh-huh. Knew it. What about steel?
It's a little off.
I knew it. Richard, you can see for yourself the handwriting's on the wall.
Really?
You gotta get out of Wall Street.
I do?
Oh, absolutely. Sure, you could plug along, making $1 million here and $1 million there, but have you got security?
Well, Al, I'm pretty satisfied with the investment business, and I think there's a great future in it for me. Granddad was president, and then Father became president, and soon I'll be president.
You see what I mean, Irma?
Yeah, the whole family's in a rut.
But it's not too late, Rich. There's a place for you in my organization.
Richard, let's go to a movie.
No, Jane, let him talk. This whole thing may develop into a merger.
Merger? You're right, Irma. Richard, I'm going to make a big man out of you. How would you like to team up with me?
Well,
Now, listen to me, Richard. Here's the plan. We've a chance to corner the market on surplus ripcords. We'll go out into the open market, buy short, sell long.
Jane, the evening's going just like I planned. The boys are in there getting along beautifully.
Beautifully. If Richard reaches for his wallet, he'll shake hands with Al.
Now, Jane.
Now, listen to me, Irma. You've ruined me. I should never have moved in with you.
But, Jane.
Don't but Jane me.
But I thought...
I don't care what you thought. You've ruined everything. Imagine his coming from his mansion on Park Avenue to this dump. Now, to top it off, your boyfriend Al is trying to sell him ripcord.
But, Jane, Al's only trying to fix it so he has security.
Irma, I've got news for you. Richard Rhinelander III has $5 million he hasn't even counted yet.
But after he counts it, what then? He'll be in a rut.
By inviting him to dinner tonight, you've just ruined me. Now, I'm going back in there, apologize, quit my job, and spend the night at the YWCA.
But, Jane, are you a member?
No, but I'll join. And another thing. The next time we meet on the street, I only want you to say one thing. Goodbye.
Well, General Motors, go for it. Richard, their tongues are hanging out for ripcord.
Well, Al,
Richard,
don't...
I mean, Mr. Rhinelander, I can't tell you how sorry I am.
Sorry? About what?
Oh, bringing you down here and having you meet people like Al and Irma.
Why, Jane, you've nothing to be sorry about. I'm delighted to have met two such real people as Al and Irma.
And we're delighted to have met a millionaire with money.
Oh, Irma, how could you?
Now, leave her alone, Jane. That's what I like about Irma now. They're so natural and honest.
Oh, Dickie, thank you for that vote of confidence.
I'm so happy for you, Mr. Rhinelander. Now you can have security.
You see, Jane...
You see, Richard, you were so wealthy and you live on Park Avenue and everything, and I thought your coming here, well, I tried to impress you, and I guess I've just been a fool. Well, I don't know what to say.
Well, I'd like to say thank you, Jane, for a splendid evening. I like your apartment, and I think Al and Irma are swell. And, Al, if you've got time, I want you to drop into the office, and maybe we can go into your ripcord proposition at length. Well, I've got to run along now. Goodbye, Jane, and please invite me again real soon.
Goodbye, Richard.
Well, gotta run now.
Where are you going, honey?
Where am I going? Now I gotta see where I can get hold of some ripcord.
That's my friend Al.
And that's my friend Irma.
My Friend Irma was written and directed by Cy Howard. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
I'd rather have a Raleigh.
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 Because Raleigh is the only cigarette that gives you all three. The Raleigh Cigarette Program, starring Red Skelton, with Gigi Pearson, Verna Felton, our tiny singer Anita Ellis, Arthur Q. Bryan, our guest, David Forrester and his orchestra, and yours truly, Rod O'Connor. It's a pleasure to bring you Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer's popular comedian and the star of the Raleigh Cigarette Program, Red Skelton.
Thank you very much. Too bad Wonderful Smith's not here with us tonight.
Sure is.
Thank you very much. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and Merry Christmas to all of you.
Well, tell me, Red, what did Santa bring you?
Well, socks from my mother, shoes from my father, and shoestrings from my brother. My feet had a very Merry Christmas.
Well, speaking of gifts, here's mine to you.
Oh.
Did anyone give you an electric toaster?
Well, not that I know of.
Well, in case they do, this will come in handy.
Gee, a loaf of bread. Gosh, you shouldn't have done it, really. That's something.
Red, in the middle of the loaf, you'll find 3 slices buttered.
No kidding. Why did you say it? How will I get it home now? My wife won't be worth a nickel. Well, here's my gift to you.
Oh, gee, Red, that's swell, and it's so beautifully wrapped, too.
Yeah, in case you missed the news yesterday, that newspaper will come in handy. I hope you like them, Rod. I'm a little nervous tonight. Yesterday I went to Itchy's funeral. Oh, Merry Christmas there, David.
Well, Merry Christmas, Brad.
Do you have a nice Christmas?
Yep, 32 neckties.
32 neckties. So you did all right with that band, didn't you? Huh?
No, I broke even. I gave 32 neckties. Oh, by the way, Red, here's my gift to you.
Gee, I've always wanted one of those. What is it?
Well, I don't know, but the price was right, so I bought it.
Isn't that wonderful? I saw Fibber McGee and Molly in the hall, and they got the same thing. You know? Hey, here's a little something for you, David. It's an antique.
Oh, a baton.
Yeah, and it belonged to a famous bandmaster. His name's on it there.
Gee whiz. Spike Jones.
Oh, Anita Ellis, here's something for you, too.
Oh, Red, they're beautiful.
Oh, they're not very practical. They can't be washed, you know.
Oh, but they're lovely. Where on earth did you ever get the idea of putting initials on Kleenex?
In my spare time, I did it. I ruined 3 of them, tried to burn the initials.
Red, I don't want to rush things, but I've heard a rumor that you're giving everyone in the cast a down payment on a new automobile for Christmas.
That I am. Here's a fat little package for everyone.
Oh, boy, money.
Money? Who said anything about money? It's Raleigh cigarette wrappers.
Well, Red, it isn't such a bad idea after all, because with Raleigh cigarette wrappers, everyone has a chance in Raleigh's Car a Day contest. Yes, friends, every day you have the opportunity of winning a new Chevrolet, because the makers of Raleigh's are giving cars away at the rate of 1 each and every day. 7 cars a week. You'll never have a better opportunity to win a car, folks, so don't put it off. This is all you have to do.
Complete this sentence in 25 words or less. We should all buy victory bonds because. Send your entry to Raleigh Cigarettes, Box 1200, that's Box 1200, Chicago, Illinois, with 2 complete wrappers from 2 packs of Raleigh's.
If you got any small apartments, anyway, send that address in, too.
No, Red, the 2 Raleigh wrappers are enough. Now, how about hearing the name of the winner for December 21st?
Okay, Merry Christmas and a happy new Chevrolet to me. I won it. No, I'm kidding. The Chevrolet... The Chevrolet... That's all that have to happen, brother. That's... Bernard G. Gale of Miami, Florida. Congratulations, Mr. Gale.
Yes, folks, Raleigh's Car a Day contest is easy. You can win yourself a brand new car by just writing 25 words or less. So get busy. Send in your prize-winning entry tonight.
And remember, smokers, Raleigh's are the only cigarettes that give you all 3. Throat protection, better taste, lasting freshness.
Well, we got the automobile off my chest now. That sounds like a pedestrian, doesn't it?
Red, you haven't received my gift yet.
Oh, so I haven't. What is it, one dance at the Palladium?
No, Red. It's a recording of my latest song, Toyland.
Well, swell, Anita. Let's put it on this new RCA Victrola, and we'll play it, huh?
You are
and Mary turn again.
Thank you. Tonight we open the Skelton Scrapbook of Satire and we find a story in keeping with the holiday spirit. Christmas trees. Our characters are fictional. That music sounds a little that way, too, doesn't it? Our characters are fictional. If there's any similarity to persons living, they should be investigated. Chapter 35 of Beautiful Christmas Tree is entitled The Christmas Tree Salesman. When Christmas holiday rolls around the corner in Sautyville, you'll find Clem Cadiddlehopper selling Christmas trees on the same corner. Well, here I am. Well, here I am selling Christmas trees, and business ain't too good either. And I got a strange feeling that after today, business is going to fall off, too. Boy, is it cold. I can't stand this winter. I wish they had winter in the summer, and then it wouldn't be so cold. It's thinking like that makes great scientists, you know. Oh, a customer.
Oh, howdy, Clem.
Well, Sarah do. Howdy doody to you. Gee, you look like $1 million tonight.
Have you ever seen $1 million, Clem?
No, that's what I mean. You look like something I ain't never seen. She didn't get it. It's too fast for her.
Last night.
It was certainly deep. This morning I had to jack up the cows to milk them. Say, why don't you come over by the bonfire and get warm, Say, it feels good to get your feet thawed out, don't it,
Well, why don't you put on your shoes?
Ain't I got 'em on? No wonder it hurt so bad this morning when I had 'em half soled. And it took me years to make the grade.
Yeah, well, what are you going to do about this fire, Clem? It's a dying out.
Well, I'll just get that big log over there and throw it on the fire.
Well, you can't lift that log, can you?
Who can't? You know that military training, you can. Hey, just feel that arm. Go ahead.
What an arm. Looks like macaroni with veins.
Well, I have never been so insulted in all my life. I'll show you I can lift that log. Hey, Sarah, I got a better idea. Let's move the fire over here. Say, what did Santa Claus going to bring you? Did you tell him what you wanted yet? I did.
Oh, Clem, aren't you just a little bit too big for Santa Claus? You are an adult.
No, just a minute. Let's not spread that around. May mean what I think it does.
Well, what did you ask for?
Page 30 of Esquire in person. Boy, oh boy. Finest picture of a bird dog I've ever seen. Beautiful girls, too.
Clem, don't talk like an idiot. You know them girls, they're models, they're just a dime a dozen.
Dime a dozen? For them models?
Yep.
Gee, I've been buying licorice all this time.
Well, Clem, what are you giving me? A Christmas tree?
A Christmas tree? I can't give them away. Goodness. What do you think they are, Chevrolets?
Well, then I'll just buy you
a tree.
Okay.
Now, what do they sell for?
$1,000 apiece.
Why, Clem, there ain't a chance on a million that anybody's going to pay that.
Well, in case the chance does come along, I'm going to be a rich man. No, I'm kidding. They're 50 and 75 cents.
Well, what you got for a dime?
A dime? Well, over there's an old hairy broomstick I can let you have. Hey, here's a nice one already decorated.
Clem, that's an orange tree.
It is? I thought them light bulbs were a little juicy.
Don't you have a nice fir tree for Christmas?
Fir tree? What they won't think of next. Can you imagine going out in the backyard picking a dozen oranges in a mink coat? Oh, a customer.
Oh, my, what a handsome man.
Well, all you women are all alike. You see a man that's got eyes that match and the same color hair and the nose in the middle of his face, I wish I had some of them things.
Hello.
Well, howdy, neighbor.
What have you in a Christmas tree, Chief?
Termite. What do you want to pay for one?
Well, not over 35 or 40 cents.
35? Step this way, sporty. Would you like a colored Christmas tree? Here's a nice one for $1.50.
Nope, nothing over 40 cents.
Nothing over 40 cents. How about a nice brown one here?
A brown Christmas tree?
Yeah.
Oh, I've never heard of such a thing. Is this supposed to be something new?
Oh, no, it's very old, very old. In fact, it was left over from last Christmas.
Well, here is a nice one.
Well, hello. My, aren't you a beauty?
Oh, thank you, sir, but I'm just a mess today.
Oh, no, you're not a mess.
Oh, yes, she is. You heard her.
I don't think I caught your name.
Well, you can call me Skippy.
Skippy, that ain't a man's name. It's a dog food.
Well, you can just call me Sarah.
You can call me when you want to buy a tree.
How much is this one, dear?
$3, sweetie.
I ain't talking to you.
Now, look, fella, either buy a tree or skidoo, you rink-a-dink you.
I'll take this one.
Okay, shall I wrap it up, or do you want to eat it here? You timber wolf, you.
Well, just put it in my car across the street.
Okay, I'll put it in.
Clem, don't be so mad. He's only trying to be neighborly.
Well, he's in the wrong neighborhood. I'll go put it in the car. I'll fix it.
Careful crossing the street, Clem. You might get hit by a car.
Not in Saudyville. People give the pedestrians the right of way. Now, hey. How do you like that? He stole my Christmas tree, too.
Let's play Santa Claus again, Red, and give away another car.
Okay, here you go again, giving away the sponsor's profits.
Well, first we'll tell everyone how they can get in on the Raleigh Car Day contest. The prize, something everyone wants and needs, a brand new car. Yes, each and every day, a new Chevrolet is given away. That's 7 cars every week. And here's how you can win one.
Complete this sentence in 25 additional words or less. We should all buy victory bonds because.
Now, you know lots of good reasons, so send in your entries tonight. Mail them to Raleigh Cigarettes, Box 1200, Chicago, Illinois, with 2 complete wrappers from 2 packs of Raleigh cigarettes. You have plenty of chances to win because there's a new contest every day. Yes, winners are chosen from entries received each day.
Entries are judged on uniqueness, originality, and most convincing statements. Judge's decision final. Duplicate prices in case of ties. Entries become property of Raleigh Cigarettes. Contest limited to United States and members of the armed forces abroad.
Oh, details. Go ahead, tell us who won.
All right, the winner of December 22nd. The winner is Miss Patricia Folks of Park Merced, San Francisco, California. You've won a brand new Chevrolet. Congratulations.
Now get busy. Win yourself a magnificent new Chevrolet. More winners announced tomorrow night on the Raleigh Room, starring Hildegard.
Chapter 35 of Beautiful Christmas Trees is entitled Granny and Santy. Just think, it was only yesterday that Christmas shopping was a lot of fun, because everywhere grandmothers were taking their good little kids shopping. Yes, the good little kids. Because even Junior knows that Santa Claus don't like the mean little kids.
Goodness, this store is really crowded.
Isn't it crowded, though? And what an inspiration. Boy, what a spot to yell fire in, huh?
Junior, you wouldn't do anything naughty like that now, would you? You're kidding me.
Yeah, you just keep laughing, kiddo, that's all. You take these handcuffs off me. I'll show you, boy.
Junior, now stay with Grandma.
Yes, ma'am. I won't run away because if I got lost, you would worry.
Yes, I would,
Yes,
Junior.
you would.
I'd be afraid I might find you again.
Yes, Boy, you sure does love me, don't you, huh?
I can't figure out why you're so good all of a sudden.
It's the night before Christmas and all through the house. Nothing this stirring, not even this loud.
This good behavior just before Christmas won't get you anywhere.
Well, what has I done wrong this year?
I'll tell you.
No, never mind. I know, and you know. But let's keep it away from Santa Claus. He's not interested in these domestic problems. Besides, why make him change his list at this late date, you know? That's silly.
Here, hold these packages for a second.
Okay.
I said hold it, not shake it.
Is it a present?
No, now, let's not get nosy.
No, whoop, I almost dropped it.
Be careful. You don't want to break your grandfather's shaving lotion, do you?
I knew I would find out what it was.
Junior, let's go this way.
Oh, no, you don't, kiddo. I see it. Look at that. I never see so much candy in all my life. Oh, gumdrop jawbreakers. I do believe I died and gone to heaven. Goodness. Oh, I was tired. I think I will stretch me with a worm.
Junior, stop that stretching. I see you reaching for those gumdrops.
She knows me pretty well, doesn't she?
Yes, I do. And for touching that candy, you must be punished.
No.
Hold out your hand.
Okay. Oh, you broke my arm. You broke my arm.
Well, louder, Junior.
You broke my arm.
So Santa Claus will hear you.
You broke my... Oh, well, I guess I can hold my feelings until after the holiday. I hope Santa Claus bring me a Christmas tree this year. When are we going to see old Santa,
Junior, stop asking questions.
But why?
When I was your age, I never asked questions.
Maybe that's why you can't answer mine. But we will give you a box of Snickers anyway.
I know what.
Right.
Would you like Santa to bring you a brand new suit of clothes?
Does you mean with patch pockets and brass buttons?
Yes.
The coat with widow belt in the back?
Yes.
Short pants with a nice crease in them?
That's right.
Wouldn't bother opening this thing.
Junior, turn around and see who's looking at you.
Oh, Santa Claus. Oh, look at him. Oh.
Doesn't he look roly-poly in his red velvet suit?
Yeah, he looks just like a bloodshot blimp, don't he?
Look,
What?
he's motioning for you to come sit on his lap.
You mean he's not mad at me? I mean, I've been pretty bad this year.
He'll overlook a few things.
A few things? Boy, I can close my eyes and see the things I've wrecked. You know, I give an inferiority complex to an atomic bomb. You know that.
Go on over to Santa. He's busy, you know.
Okay, I will run right over. Oh, I fall down. Did
you hurt yourself?
I hurt myself.
Oh, bless your little heart.
Yes, bless me with a heart.
Here, let old Santa help you out. There. Now, come sit on my lap. There, are you comfortable?
Gee, ain't you soft, huh? Who built you, Simmons Mattress or somebody? My, look at that nice long beard you had. You're so soft, it looked like 5 o'clock shadow with snow in it, don't it? Boy, if I only had a pair of scissors. Not kidding. I wouldn't touch it.
Tell me, what would you like more than anything else?
Well, a pair of scissors, I guess.
Well, let's talk about you. Have you been a good boy?
Now, let's talk about you, huh? You're really a nice old man, you know. I have been a pretty good boy.
You wouldn't be trying to flatter me, would you?
You trusting old soul, ain't you?
Have you been a good boy?
Well, for the past week, I will admit I has been pretty good, but it makes me sick to think about it, you know.
Well, what about the other 358 days? Well, what can Santa bring you this year?
Well, I tell you, bring me a great big Christmas tree with real lights on it, because last year we had to use candles.
You did?
Yes, the insurance company was awful nice, though. They rebuilt the house for us.
Well, tell me, don't you want something under it?
Under the tree? Well, there's a few things I would like, Santa Claus. I would like a book on how not to be prejudiced. So when I grow up, I won't have to go to war. Just because I hate someone whose skin's a little different color, or because their beliefs are a little different from mine. And bring me the will to see my own mistakes instead of others. I'd like for you to bring me Grandma a nice book on post-war planning, because like most people, she got a little money now, and she might be tempted to, well, pay just a little above the regular price for something that she really don't need. And don't let them get rid of the OPA, because we want our country to stay our country. We don't want it to have inflation. And if you can, I wish you could bring all the little kiddies back home from overseas. If you can, make all the people remember how much these little kids have done for us. And give them good health. Give them a good place to work. Give them good homes. And give them all transportation so that they can get to those things. I guess that's about all.
Sir Walter Raleigh. That's the tobacco that leaves your pipe as clean as a whistle. It's carefully blended from rich, ripe burleys and mellowed with just a touch of rum to balance the natural, full-bodied flavor. Get Sir Walter Raleigh, the quality pipe tobacco of America.
And remember, we'll all be with you on every Tuesday night at this same time. Red Skelton, David Forrester and his orchestra, Anita Ellis, Verna Felton, Gigi Pearson, Arthur Q. Bryan, and yours truly, Rod O'Connor. Until next Tuesday, then.
This is Red Skelton saying goodbye now, and thanks for listening, and Merry Christmas to you all. God bless you.
And remember, listen to Hildegard tomorrow night, and the People Are Funny with Art Linkletter Friday night over most of these stations. Red Skelton is heard in this program through the courtesy of Metro Goldwyn Mayer. Red Skelton is brought to you by the Brown & Williamson Tobacco Corporation.
This is the National Broadcasting Company.
Oh, it's living the life of Riley, when the Pabst Blue Ribbon you call. Finest beers served anywhere, there's nothing like it at all. Oh, north or south or east or west, when Pabst Blue Ribbon you drink, you're pouring a beer you know is best, so let the glasses clink. You're living the life of Riley, when for Pabst Blue Ribbon you call, when for Pabst Blue Ribbon you call.
Pabst Blue Ribbon, finest beers served anywhere, proudly presents The Life of Riley, starring William Bendix as Riley. At this very moment, Chester A. Riley is peering into a shop window in downtown Los Angeles. There's a furtive look about him. Quickly he turns away and walks on. After a few paces, he stops, turns back, looks into the shop window again, glances nervously over his shoulder to make sure that he's unobserved. Then he turns up his coat collar to hide the lower part of his face, pulls his hat brim well down over his eyes. Then he edges carefully toward the door of the shop, takes a deep breath, and enters.
Yes? Can I help you?
Well, the fact is, I'm not sure I'm in the right place.
Well, what is it you're looking for?
Well, that sign you got outside, Anticipation Shop. What does that mean?
Well, we have everything for the expectant mother.
Oh, then I'm in the right place.
What is it you wish?
Well, I'd like, do you have any men's salesmen?
No, I'm afraid not.
Oh, well, I'd like a dress.
I see. You're expecting a baby?
No, not me, my wife.
Yes, at the moment, Chester A. Riley is expecting a baby. But oddly enough, his wife doesn't know the first thing about it. How this strange state of affairs came to pass is quite a tale. And it all began last Halloween Eve as the Rileys were returning from a party.
Every time we go out, you make a fool of yourself.
Oh, lay off, will you, Peg?
We'll never be invited to the Morrises again. I warned you not to wear that ridiculous costume.
What's wrong with my costume? Everybody said I was the spitting image of Mighty Joe Young.
Mighty Joe Young. You looked like that gorilla all right, but you didn't have to act like him.
Now, Peg, please don't spoil the whole evening.
You weren't satisfied just trying to lift the piano. You had to go and lift up Mr. Morris's mother-in-law and swing from the chandelier.
Well, it ain't my fault they got cheap plaster in their ceiling. Anyway, the mother-in-law didn't get hurt. The chandelier came down on my head. Now, let's forget all about it. No harm done.
No harm done? You almost drowned, Mr. Morris. You had to go and land right on that barrel.
Well, can I help it if his head was in there bobbing for apples?
Why didn't you get up? Didn't you realize Mr. Morris's head was underwater?
I couldn't get up. I was stuck in there.
Oh, I thought I'd die. Mr. Morris gurgling in there, and you wedged in the top of that barrel yelling, "Stand back, everybody. Give him air."
I don't know why you're making such a fuss, Peg. After all, he didn't drown, did he?
Well, no thanks to you. It was bad enough you got Morris into the barrel. But afterwards, when we pulled him out and he's lying there on the floor choking and gasping, what possessed you to pick up that barrel and do what you did?
That is artificial respiration.
You roll him over the barrel. You don't roll the barrel over him.
Well, I got excited.
Oh, who asked you to interfere anyway? There was a doctor there, wasn't there? Oh, you have to show off. You don't know the first thing about artificial respiration.
Peg, that ain't true. Didn't I take that life-saving course at the Red Cross last year?
Oh, you went to one class. You slept right through it.
Well, Peg, I'm going to take that course again, and this time I'll finish it. After what happened tonight, I realize how important it is to know life-saving. We'll be invited to other Halloween parties.
Not after our other friends hear about this.
Yeah, but Peg,
come in the house.
But Peg, I'm willing to take that life-saving course.
What's that got to do with it? Oh, Riley, you missed the whole point of what I've been saying to you. Well, I give up. I'm going to bed.
No, Peg, now wait a minute.
Oh, what is it?
Well, just to show that there's no hard feelings, give me a kiss, huh?
A kiss?
Yeah.
After what happened tonight, Mr. Riley, you'll wait a long time before I kiss you.
She'd never say that if I was really Mighty Joe Young.
Oh, now, don't be silly, Margie. It's no trouble at all. When are you planning to go to San Diego? Oh, you're not sure. Well, now, look. You'll probably have to change trains at the Union Station. So when you get into Los Angeles, you phone me and I'll go right down to the station and pick up the baby. Oh, nonsense, Margie. I'm only too glad to do it. It's only for 3 days. Now, look, dear, this call must be costing you a fortune, so we better say goodbye. Yes, you call me. Goodbye, dear.
Hey, was that long distance, Mom?
Yes, Margie Friedman's up in San Francisco. We're going to take care of her little baby for a weekend.
What for?
Well, Margie's husband, he's in the Navy, and he's sick in a hospital in San Diego, and she wants to visit him. She has nobody to take care of the baby. She's going to leave the baby with us on her way down to San Diego and then pick him up on her way back.
I don't think Pop's going to like this. He's always complaining the baby across the street cries too much.
Oh, all babies cry. Well, maybe we better not say anything about it. Once the baby's here, it'll be too late to argue about it. If we tell him now, he'll only start fussing. Now, remember, Junior, don't say a word about this.
Peg, who was that on the phone, Peg?
Phone?
Yeah, phone. You were on the phone just now, weren't you?
Oh, just a friend. Oh, nothing important.
I got a feeling you're hiding something from me.
Don't be silly. Don't you believe me?
Oh, sure. Junior, is your mother hiding something from me?
Riley.
Okay. Well, I'm off to the Red Cross.
Red Cross?
Yeah, for that life-saving course. I told you I'm taking it over again.
Oh, why bother? You'll never finish the course.
This time I will. I mean it. And it'll do me a lot of good. Build up my muscles. Yeah, all right, laugh. But you wait till next summer when I'm strutting up and down the beach with my bulging biceps. You know what everybody will be saying?
Yes, there goes Mighty Joe Young.
Now, you cut that out, Peg.
All right. Go on to your class.
I'll be home early. Good night.
Good night, dear.
You think Pop will get wise, Mom, about the baby?
Peg, are you sure you're not hiding something from me?
Now, Riley, would I lie to you?
No. You know I'm too smart for you.
And now we're going to take up the technique of birthing the baby. This is something that all you expectant mothers and fathers tonight must learn. No talking, please. If you have a question, raise your hand. I've usually found in these Red Cross classes that...
Excuse me?
Yes, what is it?
Is this where the class on life-saving is being given?
No, this is the class on the care of the infant. The life-saving class has been changed to room 203, one flight up.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you.
Well, to continue. Most of you probably know that all babies swallow a considerable amount of air when they're fed. This creates a bubble in their stomach and causes acute discomfort. Sometimes, if they're getting the milk too quickly, they'll start to choke. And in either case, burping will relieve them. Now, the proper technique...
Oh, excuse me. I didn't know the class started.
Please take a seat.
Yeah, sure.
Now, as I was saying, to get the bubbles in the stomach up or to stop choking, the proper technique is to lift them up, place them over your right shoulder, and pat gently.
Lift them up?
Do you have a question, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Suppose they're too heavy to lift. Now, I think it's much easier when they're choking, you roll them over a barrel. Well, I don't see what's so funny. I've tried it, and it works. And that patting on the back, that don't do no good either. You got to give them a real whack. Then you grab a hold of their tongue and you pull it so they don't swallow it.
Mister, what is your name?
Riley?
Well, Mr. Riley, next time you come, would you please bring your wife?
What for? This ain't a woman's job. Well, what's the big joke? I didn't come here to be laughed at. A guy asks an intelligent question, everybody laughs. Well, if that's going to be your attitude, goodbye.
Mr. Riley.
I'm calling the whole thing off. Oh, excuse me, lady.
Oh, sorry.
Hi.
Oh, it's you, Mr. Riley.
Oh, hi, Mrs. Simpson.
I haven't seen you and Peg in ages. Were you just in there?
Yeah.
Are you taking that class, too?
Well, I was, but I don't really need it.
Yes. You're not exactly a beginner. But this is my first time, and it's all so new and exciting. Of course, these classes do take up a lot of time. And now that I've got a house and a husband to look after...
Yeah, you should have gone in for this sort of thing when you were single.
Oh, Mr. Riley, you're very funny. Goodbye.
Wait a minute, what am I laughing at? I don't even get the joke.
Hello, Helen. Helen, this is Ethel. Have you seen Peg Riley lately? Well, did you know that she's going to have a baby? Yes. Don't tell me it's not true. I got the information from a very reliable source. Her husband.
Hello, Jessica. This is Rebecca. I was just talking to Helen Simpson, and guess what? Peg Riley is going to have a baby. Oh, it's true, all right. I don't care if you did see her last week. Maybe she didn't care to tell you. Well, I know when I had my baby. Well, now listen. Helen got it from Ethel, and Ethel got it right from the horse's mouth. Mr. Riley. Oh, I gotta hang up now. There's somebody at the door. Bye. Hello.
Infant service.
Oh, the diapers. Just put them down here.
Okay.
Oh, say, I got a friend who might be interested in your service.
Well, fine. If you'll give me her name.
Mrs. Riley, 1313 Blueview Terrace. Just a few blocks from here.
I'll drop by there right away. Thanks for the tip, ma'am.
Are you sure nobody called while I was out, Junior? Positive. Oh, I thought Margie might have called from the station. I don't want to leave her standing there with the baby. Said she might be coming down this weekend.
Watch it. Here's Pop. Well, what's all the whispering about?
What? Nothing.
Something's going on in this house.
Oh, nonsense.
Well, there's an awful lot of whispering lately. Whenever I come in a room, my family stops talking. You're hiding something from me, and I want to know what it is.
Riley, see who's at the door.
Yeah, well, I don't like all this whispering going on. Yeah?
Mr. Riley?
Yeah?
I'm from the infant service.
Infant service?
Yes, sir. Diaper Dan's the name. We supply sterilized diapers, and I was wondering if you'd be interested.
I haven't worn those things in years.
Yes, I know, but I understood.
Look, we don't need him. We got no baby.
But I was told Mrs. Riley is expecting a baby.
Thank you, baby. Go on. Somebody's pulling the wool over your... Or is it my eyes they're pulling the wool over? Who told you? Where did you hear this?
Mrs. Barton.
Rebecca Barton?
Yeah, around the corner.
So that's what all the whispering is. Oh, baby.
Now, our service is really the
Look,
finest.
would you come back tomorrow? I'm busy now. I got a personal matter to discuss with my wife. Oh, baby.
Riley, who was that at the door?
Peg, why didn't you tell me?
Tell you what?
It's no use hiding it any longer. I know your little secret.
What are you talking about?
When's the baby coming?
Oh, so you did find out. Who told you?
Peg, why did you keep it a secret?
Well, I didn't want you to know.
You didn't want me to know?
Well, you'd find out eventually.
Well, naturally.
I thought you'd be angry.
Well, why should I be angry? I love babies. Why should I be angry? I love babies. It'll be wonderful.
I know, but we haven't had a baby around the house in over 13 years.
That's why it's wonderful. I'm tickled pink.
That's a load off my mind.
Oh, Peg, I think I'll go out for a little walk.
Well, don't be late, dear. I'm starting to cook supper.
I won't. Now, you take it easy now. Baby. A little baby. I'm going to be a father. A baby. I wonder if it'll be a he or a she. Oh, who cares as long as it's not a them. Oh, baby. It makes me feel as if... Oh.
Hello there.
Oh, hello, Mr. Morris.
Well, how's Mighty Joe Young?
So you've heard the news, too. Have a cigar.
Pabst Blue Ribbon will bring you the second act of the life of Riley in just a moment. This is a Blue Ribbon country. Wherever you go, east, west, north, or south, you'll find Americans enjoying the good things of life. Yes, living the life of Riley with Pabst Blue Ribbon beer. In a friendly neighborhood tavern in Youngstown, Ohio, a group of factory workers are relaxing from their day's labors. On the table are a half dozen bottles of their favorite beer, Pabst Blue Ribbon. In the ranch country of New Mexico, cowboys, tired and thirsty from branding cattle, stand around their chuck wagon enjoying the same luxury. Chilled cans of the finest beers served anywhere. In Minneapolis, a young housewife shopping at the supermarket stops at the beer shelf and picks up a Pabst Blue Ribbon Handy 6 carton. Yes, this is a Blue Ribbon country, where millions of folks in every walk of life call for Pabst Blue Ribbon and will take nothing else. More of them in 1949 than ever before. You, too, can live the life of Riley with Pabst Blue Ribbon. Finest beer served anywhere. Your taste will tell you why.
You hear it everywhere. Finest beer served anywhere. 33 fine brews and led into one great beer.
And now, back to The Life of Riley, starring William Bendix with Paula Winslow and John Brown. And Riley is happy in the mistaken belief that his wife is expecting a baby.
Hey! Hey!
Oh, Mom isn't home.
Oh, are you still up, Junior? Where's your mother?
Oh, she went out bowling.
Bowling?
What's wrong?
At a time like this?
Why not? It's not late.
Why? Oh, what do you know about it? You're just a kid. What are you doing up so late, anyway?
I couldn't fall asleep.
Well, you ruin your eyes on them comics, You go to sleep.
I just can't sleep.
Yeah. You always did have trouble that way, even as a baby. I remember I'd have to sing you a lullaby every night.
You did?
Yeah, sure. I was pretty good at it, too. I guess I'll have to practice up again when the baby comes. Hey, Junior, let me try singing you to sleep, huh?
Are you kidding?
No, just for the practice. I'll sit beside you on the couch here, huh?
Oh, no, Pop.
I guess you would want to get in my lap, huh?
Pop.
No, I guess you wouldn't. Well, it doesn't matter. Let's see now. Rock-a-bye, baby, on the treetop.
Cut it out,
When
Pop.
the wind blows, the cradle will rock. Just like old times. If the bough breaks, the cradle will fall.
Lay off, Pop. If my gang heard about this, I'd be...
And down will come baby, cradle and all.
Pop, wake up. Wake up, Pop. You're sitting on my book. Wake
Pop.
Hello there. Anybody home?
Who's that?
It is I, Digby Odell, the friendly undertaker. I was passing by and heard what sounded like a banshee wailing, so I came in.
I can't wake Pop up.
It's a good thing I dropped in.
Maybe you can wake him up, Mr. Odell.
Well, it's a little out of my line, but I'll try. Riley, wake up, man.
Huh? What? Oh, it's you, Digger.
Greetings, Riley. You're looking fine. Very natural. Pardon my shouting, but you're a sound sleeper.
Yeah, when I sleep, I'm dead to the world.
Please, let's not talk shop. I'm here on another matter.
Oh, Junior, are you still up? Now, you go to bed right away. Go on.
Okay, Pop. Good night, Mr. Odell.
Good night, son. As I was saying, would you like to buy some tickets for the UEPSD?
UEPSD?
The Undertakers, Embalmers, and Pallbearers Square Dance.
Well, I don't know.
Oh, you'll adore it, Riley. We're expecting a big crowd. We Undertakers really pack them in.
Well, it sounds great, Digger, but I really can't afford it. You see, we're expecting an addition to the family.
No.
Yeah.
My heartiest felicitations.
I just found out about it today. Am I excited?
Naturally. I recall how excited I was when my wife told me that I was soon to become a proud papa. I couldn't work. I even forgot my appointments. That was the first time that I ever stood up a customer.
Yeah, I'm all excited, and I'm very happy, but at the same time, I'm a little worried. Babies cost money, and, well, things are a little tough with me, Digger.
Why don't you hit your boss for a raise?
Don't make me laugh.
Hasn't he got the money?
My boss is loaded.
Well, you tell him from me you can't take it with you. And I can prove it.
The way my boss loves money, if he can't take it with him, he won't go.
Would you care to bet? Well, cheerio. I'd better be shoveling off.
Hey there, Riley.
Oh, hello, Mr. Stevenson. Hiya, boss.
Want a lift, Riley?
Yeah, thanks.
Hop in.
Thanks. Oh, say, this is a new Hudson, huh?
Yeah, I really didn't want to buy it this year, but you know how it is in my circle, Riley. If you don't get a new car every year, and if your wife doesn't get that mink coat, they start raising eyebrows. Big headache.
Yeah, I'm lucky. I don't have that kind of trouble. My trouble is...
You smoke cigars, Riley?
Oh, yeah, sure.
They have a great little gadget, these new cars, right there. Takes the cellophane off, cuts the end off, and lights it.
Does it give cigars, too?
Huh? Oh, forgive me. Here, help yourself.
Thanks. Now, like I was saying, boss, my trouble
Still
is...
live at the same place, Riley? What was that now? Blue View,
Terrace, yeah, 1313. Now, my trouble
How's
is...
the family?
That's my trouble. I'm glad I ran into you like this. I was trying to get in to see you all afternoon.
I was tied up.
Now, pretty busy, huh, Mr. Stevenson? Making a lot of money these days, huh? Well, my trouble is, I gotta have a raise.
Now, Riley.
No, I got a good reason. You see, we're expecting a baby. Yes, a baby. And you know, another mouth to feed, and if the kid takes after me, it'll be a pretty big mouth. Boss, ain't you going to congratulate me?
Riley, I've got a pretty good memory. I think it was a year ago Christmas you came to me for a raise, and you told me then you were going to have a baby. But you didn't.
No, well, I lied to you.
Then I think it was the following Easter you came to me, and again you said you were going to have a baby.
Well, I lied to you.
And only last summer...
I lied to you, but this time I'm telling the truth. The baby's really underway, and my wife is a witness.
Next time, think up a new one.
Now, boss, you got to believe me.
There's your house, I think.
Yeah, now listen, boss.
Good night, Riley.
But this time I ain't lying. Look, if you don't believe me, come in the house and ask my wife. She'll tell you.
Now, Riley, oh, all right.
If I'm lying this time, you can fire me.
Don't worry, I will.
Peg.
Hi, Pop. Oh, hello, Mr. Stevenson.
How are you, Sonny?
Junior, where's your mother?
Oh, she left an hour ago. Here's a note.
What note? Sorry, had to leave without making supper. Baby arriving at 6 p.m. I see it's 6:15 now, but... Baby? The baby is here! And you wouldn't believe me, the baby!
Take it easy, Riley.
Yes?
Mr. Riley, I'm from the diaper center.
Oh, you're just in time. I'll take a dozen. There, you see, boss, I wasn't lying.
I apologize.
Oh, ain't my wife wonderful? At a time like this, she worries about my supper. The baby's due today, and... Today? What's today's date? November? Well, there's something wrong. Quick, boss, drive me to the hospital.
Wait, Pop, not the hospital. Mom went to the Union Station.
Okay, boss, the Union Station? I wanted to have a doctor, not a red cap. Wait a minute. Let me think. I'll get this in a minute.
Hello, Riley. Oh, Mr. Stevenson.
Peg, where did you get that baby?
Why, you know, it's Margie Friedman. Isn't he an angel?
Well, Riley.
Now, look, boss, I didn't
At
know.
it again.
But no, I didn't know. Boss.
What do you mean you didn't know? We talked about it only yesterday.
Yeah, but I thought you said that Rockabye Jr. on the treats. Oh, what a revolting development this is.
In just a moment, Riley will return. Meanwhile, before you go to bed tonight, tie a blue ribbon around your finger just to remind you to ask your dealer first thing tomorrow morning for that new Pabst Blue Ribbon Handy 6 carton with a special easy-to-carry handle. It's a perfect package for weekend parties and football broadcasts, for it contains 6 regular-sized cans of Pabst Blue Ribbon. Finest beer served anywhere. Your taste will tell you why.
And you're lucky Mr. Stevenson didn't fire you. Of all the feather-brained...
All right, that's enough. You talk as if the whole mistake was my fault.
Well, if it wasn't yours, who was it?
It was the guy who started the rumor. When I find out who that was, I can't figure out how it started.
Well, I figured it out. The diaper man got it from Rebecca. Rebecca got it from Jessica. She got it from Ethel. And Ethel got it from Mrs. Simpson.
And what idiot did she get it from?
You.
Well, that's ridiculous. It must have been some other idiot. The only time I saw Mrs. Simpson in months is when I met her outside the Red Cross life-saving class.
Oh,
and we just
that wasn't a life-saving class. That was a class on the care of the infant.
Huh? But that's impossible. I told how... Oh, no wonder they left. Oh, they must have thought I'm pretty stupid. And you know, Peg, they're right. Of all the dumb things. Honestly, Peg, sometimes I wonder what you ever saw in me. No brains, no money, no future.
It was your good looks.
Yeah, I knew it must have been something. So, that's how it happened, Mr. Stevenson.
Well, Riley, I'll accept your explanation, preposterous as it sounds. How anyone could be so utterly obtuse, so completely unobserving, so downright...
It's a special talent, boss. I've been developing it for years.
Yes, I've noticed.
Well, now that everything is hunky-dory between us, how about you and me stopping in to the tavern here for some liquid refreshment? A glass of Pabst Blue Ribbon. Huh?
Did I hear you say Pabst Blue Ribbon? That's my favorite beer.
Yeah? Well, it's mine, too. Nothing but the best for Chester A. Riley.
I take back what I said, Riley. In some things, you display remarkably good judgment.
Thank you.
Oh, it's living the life of Riley when for Pabst Blue Ribbon you call. Finest beer served anywhere, there's nothing like it at all. Oh, north or south or east or west, when Pabst Blue Ribbon you drink, you're pouring the beer you know is best, so let the glasses clink. You're living the life of Riley when for Pabst Blue Ribbon you call. When for Pabst Blue Ribbon you call.
Pabst Blue Ribbon invites you to join us again next week to hear The Life of Riley, starring William Bendix as Riley. Tonight's script is by Reuben Shipp and Alan Lipscott. Direction by Mitch Lindeman. Mrs. Riley is Paula Winslow. Digger Odell is John Brown. Jr. is Alan Reed, Jr. And Mr. Stevenson, Alan Reed, Sr. Consult your local paper for the correct time for The Life of Riley show on television over NBC every week. Produced by Irving Brecker by arrangement with Universal International Pictures. Now releasing Free for All, starring Robert Cummings and Ann Blythe. The Life of Riley is brought to you by the Pabst Brewing Company of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Newark, New Jersey, and Peoria, Illinois, and sent your way with the best wishes of Pabst Blue Ribbon dealers from coast to coast. Jimmy Wallington speaking.
Next, it's the Jimmy Durante Show on NBC.